Welcome in, welcome in. How y'all doing tonight? Having a good time? Having a good day? Good evening? I certainly hope so. Well, as always, I'm Lord Generic, your Terracotta Warrior, and we're gonna do some Girls Frontline. It's finally time after like 2 weeks. let me check out. The Girls Frontline event is like half over. But after a full day, or a full week, that is, of streaming nothing but Girls Frontline story, we can finally reward ourselves by reading the Girls Frontline event. Wow, what a savings. Hey, y'all, good to see you here. Good to see you here. I really do like Girls Frontline. I'm so happy it's here and in the West and we can play, and I'm happy it's doing well. Apparently, it's actually doing very, very well. I think its first month being, December, right? Last month. Globally, it made like 20 million bucks or something like that. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good for a gacha game that has really been struggling in the Chinese market, which is the only one it was available on until now, as far as I think. So, really happy to see Girls Frontline is back. It's doing good. And yeah. But at the same time, I won't lie. Also really happy that we're getting farther because it means I can actually go back to doing other things at the same time. I do love me a visual novel. But let's be honest, most of Girls Frontline? Boy, wouldn't it be nice if that was in English? Wouldn't it be nice if that had an English dub? My voice would appreciate it. But at the same time, that would make for the laziest streams imaginable. You know what I mean? It would just be me sitting there letting Crow go, huh? At each other. Like that's all it would be. And I'd just be like, just like eating a muffin or something while I watch. The true dream. The true dream. Though I do have some good news besides just us getting the Girls Frontline's event finally. I actually got off my butt and did some Pathfinder recording. So, for anyone interested in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, there will be a new practical Pathfinder build video coming out soon enough. I just have to go edit the video. But all the recording is done, and as far as I'm concerned, that's the actual hard part. You would think editing would be the hard part, but I do very little editing because I'm not very good at that. I don't know how to do that, so I don't. Haha, strategy. But it's a swashbuckler build, and I do really love the swashbuckler class, I gotta say. It's so cool. It's so cool. Beyond that, though, this Girls Frontline event is a very interesting one. It's a very interesting one. From what I'm aware, it was one of the first events that really so when Girls Frontline 2 first came out in China, for reference, everyone played it and everyone was kind of like, oh, this is kind of bad. And the Girls Frontline we play in global is not the one China played when it launched. We have quite a few quality of life improvements. It is overall a better game. In global, we play and we're like, this is great. In China, they're like, it's not great. But this event, the Amidst Wings of Gray event for Girls Frontline 2, it came out and people lost their minds. People lost their minds. The audience, and it wasn't everyone, right? But there was enough people went completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over this event. They screamed, the developers were making fun of them and NTRing them of their waifu, and the game had such a negative reputation, such a negative public relations hit, it never really recovered in China, to the point that even to this day, a lot of Chinese content creators don't talk about Girls Frontline. Not like good or bad, they just straight up don't talk about it, because they're like, ooh, nothing good will come of that, so can't fix your reputation if no one talks about you, right? They've been having it. But in global, GFL 2's been doing great. So let's go ahead and hop on over a little bit. I should change the music. I've had this music going a long time. I think it's here. Yeah, it is. Let's do your store. What's that? There we go. That's nice. Good music change. For today, I wanted our main menu to be Papa Shop because Papa Shop's a cutie. And she's handy with a wrench and mechanics. I could use that. I'm terrible with cars. Did y'all... Okay. So, like, the car stuff. My... God, I'm so bad with cars. My last car issue was that my battery, which was like a year and a half old, drained itself dead so hard it was just permanently dead. And even every time I boosted it, I would jumpstart the battery, right? And it would be dead the next morning every single time. So I was like, come on. Come on. I think it died, I suspect, because the latch that held my car door shut, the screws started to undo themselves and it got loose so that the door didn't hold shut, which meant all the inside lights didn't turn off. Ugh. So I had to sell it. To your knowledge, it wasn't really considered bad. It was okay. And then all the NTR stuff made them start deleting, ripping things out. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. All in all, they made revisions and it only made people angrier, right? That's frustrating from the dev's point. We tried to fix things for you guys and you are more mad than when we started. What do we even do? Place is coming down. World's on fire. How about yours? With that said, hop on over to the Amidst Wings of Gray event. This event. I'm curious. Diane never... So, for reference, for anyone unaware, Diane is the special character from this event. You can pull her right now in the game. She is a high mobility physical damage dealer, which is okay. It's okay. She's not like super meta. She's all right. But this game's pretty solid balance-wise, and outside of Suomi, there's no one who's like truly busted. So... And Suomi's the best kind of busted. She's a shield character who just makes the game really easy to play. She doesn't help you pass DPS checks. She just makes sure you don't die. But she is also known as, I think, Type 95? Yeah, I think in Girls Frontline 1, Diane, her special pattern weapon is, let's see if we can see it here. I believe it is a Type 95 rifle. Yep, Type 95. This is a rifle that was very well loved within the Chinese community, and she, as Type 95 in Girls Frontline 1, was often seen as many players' default waifu. A lot of people loved her for her design and for the fact that she wielded the Type 95 rifle, which is part of why people lost their minds. You know, she's really good at shredding stability. That makes sense. That's a good niche. To be in. But personally, I'm not a huge Type 95 fan, so I have no desire to pull for Diane. Maybe the event will change that. Maybe. I won't lie. If the event's good enough, if you write a character story good enough, I will pull. I will pull for it. So, why don't we start this story and see what we can do. I've been sitting on maximum vouchers to run the events for grinding for 2 weeks. I know I don't need it. I know I don't need everything, but like the brain worms, okay? The mind goblins telling me that I'm being inefficient. And pull for her and went for 2 copies of Mosin. Based. Mosin deserves it. There is something I'd like to point out that I find really funny. And this is more of a design standpoint from the devs. I'm like, why did you guys do that? So you can't clear the grinding to get mats for the shop until you complete the entire story. Okay, they really want you to do the story. They worked hard on it. Makes sense. But you can do the challenge mode. For some reason, you can just go straight into challenge mode and ignore the story. I don't know why that is. Kind of weird. They also have the environmental survey. What this is I may have accidentally stumbled into the infinite duration challenge version of it and then annihilated every single person on my friends list like a Giga Chad. I don't actually know how this works. It's like a little Mario Party board game. The only thing that matters is that you use the chibis from Girls Frontline 1. And that's beautiful. I can still get everything. Yeah, I'm not expecting to have a problem. And frankly, this is a pretty standard shop. It's a pretty normal shop. There's nothing unique. There's no like skins or things you'll miss outside of the keys, which will be easy to pick up. So, I don't care about losing money. Or I don't care about losing like character XP. That stuff doesn't matter. I mean, you need an outrageous amount of it, but you can just keep farming it. It's not a big deal. All right. With that said, why don't we start the event for real? Why don't we get into it? Acquaintances in flower beds. Let's go. And for reference, I do plan on using the small squad again because it's funny. You should have bought everything and not infinitely available. Interesting. Dandelion slowly exits the room and stands upright under the night sky. Dandelion's back, huh? The clouds scatter and the moonlight shines on her. While she is the only one in the garden, a pair of images suddenly appear. She seems to realize something and closes her eyes, her mouth curving up in a faint smile as she bows, welcoming someone. You're here? It's your first time coming to see me in 10 years. Makes me feel a bit lonely. There's nothing in front of her, but a familiar form standing before her is clear as day in Dandelion's eyes. We haven't seen each other in so long, but you aren't even discussing anything related to me. How cruel. Might just be an instant for you, but it's a long time for me. For that person, it's an endless torment. That's terrible, don't you think? Isn't that just too cruel for that person? I'm assuming that person is the commander. I'm gonna guess she's seeing visions of M4A1 in the super alien computer hive mind M4 has been absorbed into, or something. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it, baby girl. Girls Frontline story goes places is all I can say. It's wild. How could I possibly refuse you? I was just griping. Surely you'll permit me to indulge myself a little, won't you? I knew it. Selfish is unavoidable, even for someone like you. Dandelion looks at the girl before her, who can't deny this, and shakes her head in self-mockery. Everything has changed, possibly for the better, but possibly for the worse. That is the least useful statement you could ever make, Dandelion. Things have changed. Might be better, but it also might be worse. But it's definitely not the same. Yeah, Dandelion. Very useful. Everything happened 10 years ago feels like a lovely dream compared to now. I sometimes wonder if I've even woken up yet. Yeah, nice for you, Dandelion. Not for my neurolog telling me it did. I'd have forgotten that unforgettable time. Did you expect this? Or were you just standing aside, watching as we flailed around like a troop of clowns? I understand. Your arrival implies a new trial is upon us. Is this because Paradise is back, baby? Still, you chose to stand aside and watch back then. Now you're spouting pretentious lines about how you want that person to walk back into the fire? Don't you think that's going a little far? Or is this one of your little indulgences? Dandelion leisurely walks in front of that invisible presence. Her face doesn't change, but Dandelion, born of the same origin, already knows the answer in her heart. Yeah, so she's talking to, in her mind, M4A1, I assume. The main character of the original Girls Frontline. Yes, I know I have to do this. I know them well. For them, trials have never been a difficult thing. That person has lost everything. Wealth, fame, comrades, their future, and all our former friends. Yeah, yeah. So Janada's got to go tell Shiki-Khan that there's something, the commander, that things are going to get a lot worse. Everyone and everything has been taken from them. A great price must be paid for them to gain the strength to rise again. Yet more than this strength is a question of how to make them want to rise up that puzzles me. Rise up. Surely you have a better way to steer the future in a direction not bound by the terms of Mephisto, do you not? For reference, Mephisto is a reference to the devil. It's a deal with the devil. Basically, she's saying, you know, this is a really shitty deal. This is not a good plan here, M4. But if it's you, you'd reply that everything happened was meant to protect that person. After all, that person to you is the catcher in the rye. Oh my god. Writers, please stop reading classic literature before you start writing your books. I'm kind of surprised they've read Catcher in the Rye, though. That's not something I'd expect Chinese writers to have read, like classic American literature. I wonder how much crossover there is there, right? Makes you think. However, she resumes her usual smile and continues talking like she's trying to convince herself. After all, living is the most important thing. That might be true, but it's a prison of sorts. 10 years is by no means a short time for humans. Even if it was the right choice, it ended up hurting that person. And for a second time, too. I wonder, someone who made such a ruthless choice, do you feel sorry for the person you hurt? Dandelion tilts her head slightly, as though she's ready to listen to a confession. Looking forward to make life hard for her conversational partner, but doesn't last, because she proceeds to state her own request. All right. It's not particularly difficult for me anyways. I shall carefully calculate the odds of you fulfilling your wish. And then I shall move in a mysterious way to guide their destiny to join yours. Will that satisfy you, my sister? Yeah, that's M4. It's just gonna take a bit of time. There's no drawbacks for me besides being a little annoying. However, the price you have to pay is so high I can't imagine it, you know? All right. Since it's related to them, I shall exert myself and give it a try. I promise to watch how that person's life ends after all. But in exchange, you'll have to help me fulfill our wish, okay? Yeah, alright. So Dandelion's going crazy again. Nothing unusual. Goodness, you're just like before. Running off and abandoning me the moment you're done talking. Still, the boring days are over. An age of fire and blood is upon us once more. I wonder what kind of destiny awaits them. Oh, goody. I'm sure it will come with plenty of hobos for Kolfa the waterboard. Be a while yet till that day comes. Till then, I should probably start doing some of the things I promised. Dandelion raises her arms and claps. Immediately, a girl with black hair like hers appears behind her. Lady Dandelion, you called? Helly, I need network access to the Beacon region. Or the Beacon network in the central region. Oh, help me say hi to the old bunch and tell them their peaceful lives are over. Would you like me to sugarcoat the message? Just give it to them. They'll understand my meaning with joy. Alright, Dandelion's calling in the gang. Whatever that means. Is she calling in bad guys? Government officials? Is she calling in T-dolls? Who knows? Can't say, really. Can't say. The desolate plains are host to a cluster of buildings that stand out amongst their surroundings, but otherwise rather shabby. They sit within a temporary quarantine. Thick sets of railway tracks extending inwards, intersecting at the small Intercontinental Railway Resupply Station. Wow, that is a mouthful. The Intercontinental Railway Resupply Station. This station serves as a repository for supplies outside the contamination zone. It's also the last and only hope for anyone trying to leave the yellow zone. As a quarantine wall's gate opens, a rust-speckled railway train pulls into the station amongst alarms. Radiation cleansing wash sprayed onto the train cars and pours off the side. As the train slows down, a shriek echoes within the building, causing travelers to reflexively cover their ears. Train comes to a halt. Wow, shrieking? This is not a well-maintained train. They did say it was rusty, so fair enough. And heavy blast doors open. Gangways extend. Gangway! From the train to the platform as passengers stream off. Everyone looks exhausted dragging luggage off the trains, but one is not like the others. Ah, that ride was so boring. Wait, is there no voice acting at all for this? Oh, there really isn't any voice acting at all for this. Oh, no. Oh, no, Jiang Yu, I am your voice now. Look at me. Honestly, between the two of us, I think I'm a little hotter, but like I can tone it down for Jiang Yu. I won't let her feel bad. I could tone it down. So Jiang Yu is another T-doll using one of the classic Chinese rifles. I believe she is the Type 97 rifle, if I remember correctly. She's Type 95 sister, so Diane's sister. But I'll note in Girls Frontline 1, neither of them ever got an event. Neither of them mattered story-wise. They had very little going on outside of specific cutscenes. Oh, thanks for the hydrate, Golden. So much for an express train. I was stuck in my seat for 20 hours. My bones feel like they're being shaken to bits. You don't have bones, Jiang Yu. Zhao Hui. I don't remember Zhao Hui. Is she from something? No VA except for combat lines. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's rough. But if Zhao Hui came out from, if she was in Girls Frontline 1, then she must have come out after I had stopped playing, because I don't recall her at all. And I definitely would have recalled her because I love her design. Yo, the like teal green color in her hair with the purple eyes, that is popping off. She is gorgeous. She is new? Nice. Good to know. Good to know. I also love the tiny necktie. What do you call this? This tiny necktie that like barely goes anywhere. Talk about a pain in the butt to tie this thing. It's so short. I've always been terrible at neckties. Always been terrible at neckties. Oh, she met the other two after they left Griffin. Interesting. Even an elite doll can't handle having to sit still in a chair the size of a wash basin. Is that right, big sis? As an elegantly dressed doll emerged from the cabin, she pats Jiang Yu's head, which manages to soothe the somewhat antsy sister. She's also playable. Nice. Must have been hard on you, but don't think that's enough to get the better of the best little sister in the world, am I right? On hearing Diane's words, Jiang Yu goes from pouting and noise to smiling broadly, smugly planting her hands on her waist. Of course, I was just venting a little. It's not like I was actually bothered by it. Jiaohe, how are you doing? As a doll, being able to get a seat at all is pretty good. We shouldn't have asked you. I know it's been hard on everyone. There's still a few more hours until our transfer arrives. And we rest at a train station. Sis, we sent the collapse pieces we saved up for half a year on travel expenses for this journey. Was it really necessary? It's true, cross-country travel is pricey, but there's an important reason. What kind of reason could be worth half a year's income? That's a secret for now, but once you find out, I'm sure you'll be surprised. Surprise. Hope it won't be a shock. I'm sure Diane has good reason for what she did. Shouldn't you have absolutely faith in her as her little sister? That's true, but we spent so much money. I don't know why. Can't you let me complain a little? I think our luggage for this trip's been unloaded. Go over and get our traveling cases before someone takes them. Oh. My collection is in my luggage. I can't lose them again this time. Oh no, stealing luggage? Yo. What's it like to steal luggage, I wonder? What's it like to steal luggage? Because, like, you're not going to get anything good. You're going to get, like, random, useless things. So what's the point? And the Gamba, the theft Gamba. To expand the range of our tour, there's no point in going so far by train. We won't even make the money for the tickets back with our concert earnings. This destination is far away from our current active radius. Sure, you wouldn't have chosen this without a reason. Indeed, I have very important reasons for doing this. An important friend contacted me some time back. She didn't tell me why I had to be there, but I'm sure it's related to our past. Your past in Griffin? Yeah, for a certain reason. My friend didn't want to leave any records. We knew about this ahead of time. That's strange. Don't worry. Besides, it's not like I have anywhere else to go. The hope is you get the laptop. I guess stealing a laptop makes sense as hope. Tech is worth a lot. This is bad. Diane and Zhao Hui turn to sound of the voice, see Jiang Yu being chased by several men in security guard uniforms. They try to handcuff her, but her strength and agility are... Yeah, of course they can't handcuff her. She's a T-doll. Jiang Yu calls out loudly to Diane, "Those guys won't listen to me. This smuggler's a tricky one. Get the guys." "You're the smuggler. Your mom's a smuggler." Jiang Yu makes a bigger and bigger ruckus. The surrounding travelers gather around to gawk as security guards swarm. Diane and Zhao Hui run over to Jiang Yu, blocking her behind them, and Diane whispers to Zhao Hui, "Don't hurt the humans or things will get troublesome." Yeah. As they beat up security guards. Seeing the doll's prowess, the guards freeze up, unwilling to approach recklessly. However, but the sound of a handgun chambering around distance and a middle-aged man who looks like a cop stalks over to them. You think the old friend might be Dandelion based on the last scene? That would be fair. Dandelion's calling in T-dolls to use them as essentially brute labor in the future. To find ways to excuse them to arm Shiki-Khan, our commander. "Railway police! See struggling or I will open fire!" Oh. As Diane looks around, well, this is a minor transfer station. Things will get troublesome if they got detained. They haven't broken the law, so the priority is to figure out why Jiang Yu is being chased. They haven't broken the law, they assaulted security officers. Well, you know, that's how it is in this world. Sometimes you gotta beat a few guys up. "Officer, we're just travelers. Why are you trying to arrest my sister?" The officer looks her up and down. He shows no sign of lowering his guard. "Are you a doll? Dolls of your grade are a rarity around here. Where's your owner? Get him out here. I want to speak to him." "Officer, we own ourselves and have proper credentials. Here's our ID." Suspicious, the officer scans the dolls, and the system goes, "Yeah, these guys are self-owned." Boy, does that raise a lot of questions. Probably try and use them to convince the commander to rejoin the fight. Exactly, Idacella. Dandelion's calling in all the commander's old waifus to be like, "Hey, you know, they're stuck in this fight, so you better, this is your chance to help them out, and you can have them again, right?" "Shiki-Khan, those oath rings you bought, I could hear them calling out in your mind." Damn, you are self-owned. That's not something you don't see every day. Police officer finds hard to believe his eyes. He goes back to question the guards chasing Jiang Yu. "What's up with them?" "Our scans revealed weapons in their luggage. They got guns. Lots of guns." "We are authorized to bear fire control cores and use weapons. Our IDs show this. We also declared the weapons for boarding the train. You can find in the hazardous goods permit." It's there. What are you guys doing? Don't you know how to check IDs? "Our scanners threw up an alarm. We saw the guns and thought we should detain them." "Why, none of you have managed to get a posting. You can forget about being promoted with this." Dang, that's rough. The police officer makes a big show of berating the security goons while he pulls them aside. "They say that the dolls who get clearances like this have wild past. You shouldn't get involved." Yo, why do they got that? Damn, even humans don't get this. The license to carry weapons and fire control cores, they gotta be PMC. These are Merc dolls. Don't mess with them. Hey, these dolls are... Kaboom! Something explodes. Let's go. What was that? As screaming comes from the direction of the explosion. People running, fleeing. It's a boojum. Oh, wait. Hold up. A giant boojum's hitting the wall. That's no good. As we know, boojums are massive elids, massive zombies that have fused with both machinery and biomass and life forms, and are so big and strong, it takes heavy artillery or at least tank-mounted weaponry to damage them, to effectively take them down. Even flying artillery and airstrikes really don't get the job done. How many times has it been this month? Yo, we got a lot of boojums attacking. We got an elid incursion. Get your guns and follow. As something occurs to the railway officer. As he turns to the dolls. Hey, we're under gun. Can you help? It's your T-dolls. Dealing with elids is easy, right? What should we do? We should take our luggage and run. No, there's civilians here. The consequences if elids broke in would be unimaginable. All right, Diane. Maybe we abandon civilians. Maybe we just abandoned the civilians. What have the people done for them? Thanks for the hydrate, Frost. Just think about the unarmed civilians as T-dolls. Should your priority be protecting them? You know, 3 laws of robotics. They never really put that into the dolls these days. How about this? You help us out, I can get you a security certificate in the railway network. That way, you won't be questioned no matter what. Oh shit, alright, I'm in. Let's shoot a zombie. I have a condition. Can we get better seats on the next trip? Sure, I'll think of something. Oh yeah. Upon hearing the seat upgrade, Jiang Yi's eyes glow with excitement. Hey, you know, honestly, if I was doing a cross-continent travel and someone told me, hey, I need you to do hard work for me. And I'd be like, why? And they went, I'm going to get you a first-class ticket. I would be kind of like, ooh, first-class ticket, you say? Oh, we won't be engaging the boot jump. If we run into it, we flee. Yep, we're just blasting small zombies. Because boot jumps are raid bosses, and they can't design one of those. That would be expensive. Gotta love the police guy at least believing the dolls and yelling at people. Well, yeah, that's because the police officer knows that if you have a group of armed T-dolls and you try and fight them, you're gonna get blasted. You're gonna get blasted. It ain't ending well. It ain't ending well. All right, the small squad is back. We don't really have a plan otherwise. Did we swap in Kolfa instead of Suomi? Yeah. All right, it's time for the small squad. All handguns and Latara. In our defense, Latara did used to be a handgun. Once upon a time, she was a handgun user. Oh, these guys are so low. These guys have such low stats. We're just gonna auto battle. They're all gonna die in one hit. It's just... They're too weak yet. We have to get further in the story for the small squad to struggle, you know? Though, wow, in other news, I, completely unrelated to Girls Frontline. Oh, damn, that ended fast. I'll have to remember to talk about that later. I won't, don't worry about it. I'm gonna yap out Grand Archive. Anyways. The card game. After eliminating the E-lids in the area, Diane contacts the police officer. Officer, area is clear. There's a breach in the wall and elevated levels of radiation in our position. Please warn humans not to approach. Okay, thank you. Ray contacted the railway units. Please ensure no E-lids get through until they arrive. Leave it to us. Alright, you best not pass through the quarantine wall and head outside. You might run into something bad. Is there a problem over there? We received reports of unidentified groups being active, and people have been going missing. Ah, Paradeuce is outside the walls. My god, is Paradeuce creating the colossal boojum to kick in the gate of the outer wall and let the Titan E-lids in? Oh no, I can't believe this. The colossal boojum could be any of us. What the heck? These E-lids suck. Seeing the humans running scared, I thought we'd find a big monster. We're lucky we didn't run into that big monster. Anyways, they ran into the big monster. Whoa! Did more E-lids sneak in? There's no way they caused so much damage. Must be the boojum. Oh, we would have heard it then. That's true. Alright, second fight, let's go. They don't hear the howling of E-lids. They just hear burning and wind blowing. After making their way through the smoke, they see the breach in the wall not far ahead. Sand and collapse particles stream in through the breach. Dolls are stunned by the extent of the devastation. What shocks them is something that shouldn't belong there. There's someone lying on the ground! She sees a girl with blue hair on the ground, her hands tight clensely around a weapon, and three strange spheres circling her. Oh, what the fuck is going on? The spheres glow with blue light. The heat boiling off makes the air ripple. It's clear to see the destruction was their work. Yo, we got another Paradeuce clone girl who knows? Why is she here? Wait a minute, don't go over. Hey, Ekde, doing good. Hope you're doing well. Diane looks at the fallen doll. The spheres have changed position, been glowing in response to her approach. They might attack at any moment. What kind of autonomous defense? Why would a doll have that? Last time we saw something, that was 10 years ago, right? Oh, that's a great point. While Groza doesn't have memories of her time fighting Paradox and Griffin. Rosa is an amnesiac. Diane and Jayi, they know. They remember fighting Paradox. So they will see Paradox tech and go like, oh, we got to kill these guys. We got to kill these guys. Just as the dolls come to a halt, the spheres flash of light before flying rapidly in the opposite direction, flying off. Is it safe? Your logic is simple. What if there's a trap? Not picking up other threats. The doll looks like she's crashed. Let's reboot her. Alright. We gotta reboot the knocked out girl. But, yeah. If she's knocked out and has the defense spheres, I'm assuming she's like Helena, our daughter, right? But if this is... Nope, this is a doll. This is a doll. It's not a attempt to make an immune human. A radiation immune human. Interesting. When did you become an information warfare specialist? Connecting to her is easy. The handshake protocol is the same as ours. What? How is it the same? She has the same data structure as you, but you don't know why? Was she in Griffin? Then why don't I remember her? Uh-huh. Well, there's a lot of girls in Griffin. There's a ton. There's like 400 dolls in GFL 1. As the dolls approach, waiting for the neural cloud to reboot. Looking at the doll, Diane has a rough idea of what to expect. I do agree, Adisal. It is nice that the police officer of the railway station, instead of being like, oh, I'm a big evil cop, is like, I don't want to deal with this. Why are we dealing with this shit? Why is Sexton's here? What? Sextons? Wait, is the knocked out doll Sextons? And then she ends up wandering out of the wall by the end of the event, and we find her in Paradox months later. Oh my god. Is that actually? Well, that's going to explain a lot. Get ready. All right. Oh my god. We're going to learn why Sextons is an amnesiac religious hobo. Why our goth girl turned into a church girl. We're going to find out. Okay. In the event? They're going to make this event replayable, right? Well, here's a problem with this putting story in events. Let's say you start playing Girls Frontline 2 a year from now. You're going to go chapter 1, 2, 3, all the way to 8, right? Of course. And then you're going to go play chapter 9. You're not going to know to stop, go to the past events, and then play Amidst the Gray, or play the Amidst Wings of Gray event immediately after chapter 8, but before chapter 9, but definitely not before chapter 8, right? How would you know that? So unless they put in something screaming at you, go to this event, it's gonna become a total mess for new players. You know a game that has that issue? Honkai. Honkai Third Impact has that issue super hard. Paradox has been sighted. Dolls like Sextons and Darcher have attacked us. They're reaching transmission, so we're back in the commander's seat. While I'm trying to sort things out in my head, my heart's protesting. The past has caught up to me at last. Just then, Mei Ling opens the door to the ops room, walking towards me on her tablet. Hearing me mutter to myself, she puts down her tablet in curiosity and speaks to me. What you talking about, Commander? It's nothing, just an adult's pointless grumbling. How's the doll? You talking about Sextons? So we did take in Sextons. We accepted her and captured her. Good. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. If she's an amnesiac and we repair Sextons, holy shit, that's a firepower bump. From how they presented them in the tier 3 dolls, getting Sextons fully repaired on our side would be the equivalent of having one of the Sangris Fairy commanders from the first game just on our team. Which, considering that we have seen some of the SF commanders flipping tank columns, one, like, as a single person, it fucked them up to do it, but, like, they could. That's one hell of a get. That's a big get, right? There's a past event system. Yeah, I'm sure they'll make the past events good. Like, I'm sure they'll put in the past event system. But the problem I have is if your events have main story, and that main story naturally has to come at a specific point in the story, you need to put in a way to scream and force the player to go to the event at the right time. They need to know when to play the event and to tell them to go play it before they do more story, or it becomes a hot mess. It becomes really hard. Right now, if there's only one event, it's easy. But what if there's 5? What if there's 6, right? What if there's a ton of events in the story and you don't know? Anyways, she's in the repair bay. Ran her first round of systems diagnostics. She's very badly damaged. Most of it wasn't from Leader. What happened to her? Wish someone would tell me that. Oh, I accidentally skipped a little. Let's bring her and do basic repairs. We'll have to watch her around the clock. She's already ran. Yeah, Rosa said so. She's ran for rotating shifts to man the security cameras. Well, if someone's stationed. All right, I can rest easy knowing Rosa's handling it. Yeah, she's much, much weaker right now. That makes sense. God, I would love to get Sextons. I would pull for Sextons as a character. Though, I wouldn't be surprised if she was a welfare. If they made her a free, guaranteed character for doing the story. Or an event. What's going on? Are you really going to bring Helena out with you again? Since we brought her back from Paradise, she hasn't been feeling well. Can't let people pursue us forever. Not just enough to keep her safe. We have to gather info and launch a counterattack. I don't want to just live here getting my Elmo blown up by hobos forever, Mei Ling. There's so many hobos and Kolfa can't kill them all. She's trying, but she just can't kill all of them. Don't worry, Mei Ling, everything will get better. Really? For some reason, the look in your eyes seems different. Different? Past, you had a kind smile on your face. Ever since Paradise showed up, your eyes have been looking kind of scary. I just fucking hate Paradise, Mei Ling. I just hate them so much. After seeing the worried look in Mei Ling's eyes, I make a show of shrugging to try and calm her down. Sorry, I think I recalled something from the past. Don't worry, I won't put the others in danger. My words don't sound the least bit reassuring, but fortunately Mei Ling doesn't probe further. If you say so, Commander. Wait, I just realized something. In the chapter preview... Hold up. So we have taken in damaged church girls, like cult girl sextons. But in the chapter preview, it was clearly full capacity goth girl sextons. Are there multiple? I mean, she's a T-doll. They can just make another. There's no reason there's only one Sextons. They can make a second one if they want. It seems the ripples which transformation set off in my heart were bigger than expected. My regrets from the past surged to the fore along with my hopes. For I wasn't willing to think about the past, nor did I dream about changing my future. Right now, everything's bursting into my mind, as I'd been trapped in the events from 10 years ago all along. Look into the glass, my face does seem a little twisted. I should drink some coffee to cover that up. Oh, that's hot. As I put down my mug, catching sight of the control terminal, I heard the news. It tied my heart up in knots there half a day ago. I try to think. Time to backtrace, no time to repair. I can only do basic maintenance. Sextons is out there and the storm is bad. We'll be alright, right, Commander? Rosa, enemy confirmed. It's just one. Is it Sextons? Yes. As a burst of static comes through the comms, making it difficult to make out what Gross is saying. Just her? No other Paradise units? No, they left. She retreated? She's outside her firing range, isn't leaving. Ah, the comm request from Sextons. Yeah, this is just chapter 8.5 and not separate. But exactly, ISL. That's exactly what I mean, though, right? If this is just straight up chapter 8.5 story-wise, it's going to be a mess for new players who don't know when to play this event and just push on to chapter 9. And they're like, I feel like we've skipped something. I feel like we've skipped a lot. Yep. So we got this from last stream, chapter 8. Sextons is completely amnesiac. And while she fell in with the cult, because I mean, she doesn't know what else to do, right? Once she hears us referring to her by name, she finds a way to hang out on our ship, stay behind after an attempted attack, because she is like, wait, you know who I am? Who am I? What's going on? Neural authorization unlocked. Tell me. Interesting. So if her authorization is unlocked, does that mean we can register her and take control? She is a robot, right? She is. Though we don't know how she functions. Lena! Hey, Lena! Are you busy, Commander? It's just a battle. The doll called Sexton showed up. Yeah, just a battle. But she looks weird. You need to deal with her. I got a handy helper that can help you. Handy helper? Is the commander who conquered far and wide having this much trouble with a single doll? Looks like the good stuff Persico was talking about isn't that good after all. That voice. It's Miss Dandelion. She said she had urgent business, so I activated the emergency comm system. Is now not a good time to talk? Normally that'd be the case. Be a different matter if she could lend a hand. Then it picks up on my meaning and opens a link. Dandelion's image projecting from the comm terminal. I don't like this smug face, Charlie. Its smug aura mocks me. Same as 10 years ago, acting all smug even at a critical moment. Well, since she's knocking on the door, there has to be something she needs me to do for her, and let's just let her take care of this. You don't really stand on ceremony, do you, Commander? You're always having me clean up a big mess for you. I'm sure it's not a big loss for the great and powerful Dandelion to help us out, right? Alright then. What's the problem? Realizing it's been a long time since we last spoke, but I take this tone with her anyways. For some reason, I'm not worried she'll be repulsed by my attitude. In fact, her mocking tone seems to put me at ease. Yeah. Commander remembers Dandelion? Yeah, there's no point in trying to be nice to her. Just be straight. She'll either kill you or help you. There's no point in trying to suck up. Dandelion smiles in that familiar yet annoying way. Every time I see that smile, I know she must be laughing like a hyena inside. But she'll step in to help. Thank God. Isn't this the 3rd gen doll, Sexton's? You know her? I found info on her easy enough. She's the Gerard Group's newest product, and their pride and joy. That's right. So there's got to be a lot of Sexton models. They're prepping her for mass production for the elite, baby. A 3rd gen model, just like RO then. Wait, was RO a 3rd gen doll? For those unaware, RO is the 5th member of the main squad, of the main characters of Girls Frontline 1. I was not aware she was a 3rd generation doll. Interesting. Her hardware's more advanced, but she has the same fundamental standpoint. She's nothing more than a crude copy from a design standpoint of RO. She's not nearly as good. Copy? Forget it. It's not important. She looks pretty messed up. Her fighting power is still kind of a threat. What should we do? Best way to do it with a fake is the real thing, of course. If I'm not wrong, you have the tech to just go Super Saiyan. Who gave the smug tea doll a phone? yeah. Why did the child have a phone? She'll hack us all. Its action output's at 68% for the remolders. I could enter their systems. I could solve the output problem. And then your squad's combat power will rise like whoosh, and you'll one-shot Sextons before dragging her frame back. I'm sure a 3rd gen doll's neural cloud has a lot of info. Let me take care of it. We can crack it open. Sounds good to me. Rosa, keep it. Oh my God, do we just blast her? Keep a safe distance. Dandelion can boost output, and then just blast her. Dandelion? Can we trust her? You know, friend. In any case, we'll upgrade it. Oh, great. We'll wait our distance. Man, this sucks for Sexton. She's so desperate to know who she is, and we're like sitting there. If I could just shoot all of her limbs off, that'd be so nice. It's like, jeez. You miss Dandelion, right? How are you planning on getting into the Elmo systems? You need to tell me whether I can come in first. Commander, Alright, she's more familiar with it than we are, and we need to get the upgrade done. Then please come in? As you wish. As the Elmo shakes violently and the lights sway, as she hacks everything, because she is a... For reference, Dandelion, again, is essentially an offshoot of Skynet. She is a highly aggressive and highly infectious computer virus that develops an alternate consciousness and gives a rise to a supercomputer hive mind driven to fuse with other supercomputer hive minds. Not really something you want to let into your computer if you can avoid it. Oh, I booted a data backup from 10 years ago, and massive to the data center on the Elmo, I could update my image. Once it fuses with me, we'll all be happy campers. Yep. So Dandelion is now in our system, and we're stuck with it. That's a long story. 10 years ago, that commander of yours who's been sitting over there used little old me as some vehicle support AI and had me slave and labor for them all day long. Hey! Isn't that the same as me? What it means you help keep the Elmo running in the past? Oh no, Mei Ling! No, this is not your own nature. This is not your big sister, Mei Ling. You do not take lessons from Dandelion. Oh no, Dandelion's going to teach her horrible things. I'll take on a big chunk of your workload. Priority right now is get the remolding pattern running. You connected its back end to the Elmo? Yes. I need you to open the database and give me the authorizations. Really sounds good if I said no, you'd hack us anyways. Exactly. She would hack us if we said, no, you can't come in. She's like, Lamau, I wasn't asking. Having a pretty girl harem sounds good. Well, that's what a lot of Girls Frontline players love. Though, remember, they are all robots. These pretty girls, while Lena might be gorgeous and cute, she is a robot. Lena, where's Colin? I was just about to get Miss Colin. Dandelion and Colin have contacted me. So this is a change in situation, so Helena's destination needs to be altered a little. We're not going to Kiev? They might know, and Colin's looking for the source. We'll transfer Helena to a reliable group. The Guard group has her eye on the Elmo, so having Helena here is probably a bad idea. Yeah, fair enough. So where are we going? I'll tell you later, in case you gotta work, Commander. Sorry about that. Commander, I finished analyzing the problems. Do you want to hear about them? Go ahead. That's amazing. She took care of everything in less than a minute. Any problem they covered by processing power is not a problem. Well, you know, the data on them is inaccurate, led to not being able to absorb particles at efficiency. Fully resolving requires samples, but we can do that later. Our Super Saiyan powers are stronger. It's time. Transform! Transform! Blow up Saxtons and then recover her parts. Again, kind of fucked up, but like, hey. Oh, so she's just back to being a goth mommy? She's a goth girl again just for the fight? Sure, why not? Yeah, having a high priority target on the only building sized vehicle. Like we are driving what is essentially a Jawa Land Raider from Star Wars, so yeah, probably not the stealthiest of not the stealthiest of plans, you know what I mean? I like running 2 times speed over 3 times. We'll run 3 times for now, just because we are admittedly fighting enemies. How do I get out? Oh, I guess there's one here. We are fighting enemies that are so low level to us that it's not really worth caring. It's not. We're gonna rip through this so fast, unbelievably fast. But yeah, Ekade. So in Girls Frontline, all of our girls, they are robots. And I don't mean, like in a lot of games, they go, oh, it's a robot, but it's functionally a person. These are robots. Their minds, while they think and can learn like a human, they are like, they're robots, baby. And that means if you want fun harem things, you're gonna have to purchase, you're gonna have to install a For only 10 payments of $29.99, I can send you a Womb Force 10,000, the newest model. He's gonna have to install that, so we're gonna have to remove some of the functional parts, though. It's kind of cramped on the wire space in here. That's Groza. She one-shot that doll the moment she got an upgrade. Didn't expect someone who chased new trends as much as you to bring an old subordinate, Commander. Not a trend chaser. Really? Then why don't I see a single familiar face? Shouldn't you be the one who knows exactly why that is, Dandelion? Of course I know. Is anyone who understands you better than me? I thought your reaction would be funny if I said that. Uh-huh. Naturally, I understand you're bound by limitations of the Mephisto agreement, because some people are so terrified of you. The thought of you not being separated from your cute little dolls keeps them up at night. Here I thought you'd wasted away to the point you'd gotten used to drifting with the wind. I have to say that like that. Oh, what's this, Commander? Are you mad? Frustrated? Wroth, even? For reference, wroth is a old English term that means like exceeding hate, exceptional hate. It's not like, oh, you hate me. It's like it's on loathing levels of like, I am so pissed. Oh my god. But no one uses it. Kind of a weird word. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're right. They probably went with the old sextons specifically just to avoid spoilers. Alright, yeah. My mission was a failure to kill Paradise. What was the point? Why are we still here, Dandelion? Just to suffer. Even now, I can still feel it. The T-dolls I've lost. The 2 stars I threw into the Jupiter cannons for FN to farm them for red packets. It still hurts. It still hurts seeing her 0% affinity, Dandelion. I was there. What kind of beginning? Well, maybe we start with a teeny tiny accident. Wait, hold up. I don't have time for riddles. Oh, you wound me. I guess Miss Middle 9 will have to explain. Lena is also the gun pointed at UMP9, so, you know. It's like this. Colin had an idea. She wants you to meet up with 404. Looks at AK-15 pointing her gun at you. I'll take one. Don't worry, UMP9, also known as Lena, is also there stealing your credit card for one. No level, that is to say, 45, is on a mission with Miss Callan. Cluecly is leading 404 now. Cluecly's, I know, she's 416. She's finally 404's leader like she wanted. Yeah, their team's on a mission, and Colin was hoping you'd send a squad over to back him up in case something happened. That way you're making contact with them through a request posted by Nampha, and it's not a problem. Alright, sounds good to me. It's not urgent, their mission's in the prep phase, unless you know if they need support. Also, there's something more important. We gotta move Helena to Lviv. So I know where Kiev is. I don't know where Lviv is. Is that a different city in, like, Ukraine? I don't know. Interesting. The non-military forces administration has forces under its complete control, including hospitals. Ah, Helena owns this city. She wants to bring her in via the railway. Sending her via the Elmo is really obvious. Ah, the railway doesn't seem that safe either. Last time, it's because there's a problem with pickup at your destination. We'll make sure it doesn't happen. You didn't actually have problems when you're on the train, right? Alright, fair. While the railway and its cities pass through might not be perfectly safe, the enemy can't just attack a train openly. In comparison, moving through the zones is a lot riskier. One of the next few events is going to be us meeting Squad 404. Yep, I agree, Adesela. 404. I know 416, also known as Cluecly, also known as one of the most popular Girls Frontline girls from the first game, is almost certainly on a banner soon enough. I'm sure that'll happen. Right. Alright. So how do we protect Helena if she's not on the Elmo? You don't have to worry about that. There are tons of dolls everywhere willing to help you out. Who knows, you might end up encountering friends on the road to Lviv. Encounters, huh? I mean, a random encounter isn't a violation of the agreement. Of course, if we can get Helena to safety, it's not like there's no way to deal with it. Am I correct in our saying this is a condition for the deal? Do we have to Steal's an ugly word. Uh-huh. Nothing but good intentions for you, Commander. Right. Yeah. Of course, the right to decide is in your hands. If you enjoy a life of running away, you can just, keep it up. As long as you're really alright with that. Bit of info. AK-12 changed bodies, is using a Paraduce body for her Mon 3. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. So AK-12 is a cyborg now, is what you're telling me, Matt. It's technically Dandelion and AK-12 because they're using Paraduce bodies. Paraduce chops people up into cyborgs, so they're not robots anymore. They are now cyborgs, technically. They're just like reverse cyborgs. Because normally a cyborg is a person with robot parts, but these are robots with person parts. they're reverse cyborgs. That memory fills me with displeasure. I got used to Dandelion's attitude 10 years ago. I'm kind of irked by how she's acting. This stupid, smug robot. Commander, Mei Ling told me you want to see Helena, so I brought her. Where's Mei Ling? A diner gate called her away. Apparently she needs to fix something. More of Dandelion's tricks. I won't bother. We have diner gates? Focus my attention on Helena. She's not doing great. Commander, just now, scary. Felt like something was in my head. I was remembering something, but I can't remember what. Helena's eyes fills up with tears. My hand moves on its own to pat her head. My heart aches for some reason. Kofa, is there anything wrong with Helena's body? Apart from bruises where Krolik hit her, she seems fine. She seems to be doing good. It's acting kind of strange back then. It might be something the Elmo can't detect. Helena? Don't be scared. I'll take you to a safe place this time. Be a place where you'll never feel scared again. A safe place? Yep, safer than the Elmo even. Not true. Elmo's the safest. You don't believe me. I believe you, Commander, but... Commander, are you going to take Helena away from the Elmo? Colin gave us a new pickup point at Liv. As you know, it's in the Nampa sphere. Nampa. Nampa. It should be safe. They own the city. Elmo is a medical center, but we're not a hospital. Sending Helena is probably better there. If we go to a city, she might end up suffering organ failure like before. Yeah, organ failure, right. That is a problem. Just, if you made up your mind, then I'll go with you. I am a medical doll. If anything happens to Helena, I can deal with it. Alpha, are you coming? Yep, I need to accompany Helena. That way you'll feel at ease. Hearing Kofa's words, Helena throws up her arms in approval. Yay, Kofa is great. I like Kofa. Don't worry about a thing. We'll head out with you, Commander. Is this all right? Just leave it to me. I'll make sure you'll be fine. Helena remains silent for a long while before she nods and agrees to the request. I give Helena some meds and give her a checkup. Alright, take care of her. Alright, Grozo, what do you think? My opinion is the same as before. Helena was exposed to Nidos, though we can't assure her safety with our present power if she's on the vehicle. That's true. If one of those real Nidos decides to jump us, we're just kind of done. we're super done. Since Colin has made arrangements to receive Helena, we should send her to her destination, complete the assignment. ASAP, huh? Yeah, I know what Girls is trying to say without her having to actually say it, because, she is wife, but maybe forgetting the past would make things easier. But I know I can't do that. I tell Grozos on my mind. She doesn't like the idea. We have very few dolls, Commander. Carrying out 2 missions at once is way too much. Can't support Squad 404 if we have to cover you and Helena. Meeting up with 404 would be great for us. They kick ass and, they'd be amazing on the ship. But then Helena. The plan is that Kolfa, Helena, and I travel along the route Lena gave us, while you stay behind to secure the Elmo. According to her, their situation is urgent, so we can back them up afterward. You don't need me to escort you? No need. We'll still have sextons on the Elmo. I don't know what her deal is, so, I need you there. And using firearms is a problem once we enter a city, so make your strengths hard to employ. Yeah, Groza, strengths, cooking, management, shooting people. Very good at shooting people. Golfa's good at interacting with humans, so she's better suited for the task. Dandelion is decrypting Sexton, but it'll take time to finish. We can use this time to hurry over to the train station. Rosa doesn't reply, which is kind of unusual. AK-12 doesn't like her body much since she's ugly. Since she only has synthetic skin on the face. Yeah. Ew, flesh parts, gross. Rosa isn't silent for long. She speaks to me in her usual tone. Understood. Let me do the planning. Oh, why? So, let's do a check. I forgot to check. So that was 3 sections of the story. We have 9 total, and looks like only 1 is pure story. That's not bad. That's not bad. Might be a little long, but promising. Promising. I think we can do that. The fallen doll's neural cloud seems to have rebooted, shaking her head and struggling to prop herself up. Diane helps to support her. Are you alright? Kolf? Okay. Okay, so something caused Kolfa to explode, and then Helena's defensive spears were protecting her. Interesting. Well, we got a ways to go, don't we? We got a ways to go. Where am I? Just outside Intercontinental Railway Station. What's your name? My name is Kolfa? She comes to her senses. She seems to realize something. Casts searching gaze around herself. Commander? Helena? Helena? Commander? Kolfa looks like she's about to cry as there's no one else around. Diane looks shocked as Jiang Yu, but she waits for Kolfa to calm down. Last thing I remember is the Bujum charging me. Did you save me? The Bujum was gone by the time we showed up. Big Sis helped reboot your neural cloud. I don't know how to thank you. Just doing what we had to. What's important is that you're okay. Who's the commander you mentioned? You tell me about him. The commander? Why are you asking about him? Maybe they're the one I know. Yeah. Surely 2 people couldn't be referred to as a commander in the entirety of this world, Diane. Girl is reaching. She's right. But she's reaching. Can you tell us more about them so we can verify? I didn't know the commander had so many old friends. Or enemies. Take him out, Kolfa. These people don't seem like a bad lot. She does need help. There's some searching. She decides to reveal a little bit. The commander's the person who commands us. Wait. That's totally useless. Yeah, that is useless, Kolfa. They're a bounty hunter who drives a mobile base vehicle and takes assignments from all over the place and hardly makes any money. The MBV. Is it called the Elmo? How did you know that? They exchange looks. Could it be? Seems like it. Kolfa, we were once tactical dolls who served under the commander of Griffin and Kruger, PMC. Griffin, you used to be subordinates? You thought it was a Bujum attack we heard where our bro in the army died? No. By the way, you can find out how that bro died in the story archives. It's one of those buried in there. There's like 12 of those things, so good luck finding it. Upon hearing Kolfa's words, Diane is certain she's talking about the same commander. Finally, my waifu, the commander. Pardon me for not introducing myself. I'm Diane. This is my little sister, Jiang Yu. We used to be T-dolls from Griffin. This is Xiao Hui. She wasn't from Griffin, but she's very reliable and our friend. Please believe us when we say we wish to help. Kolfa, can you tell us what happened? Alright. Good job, Colgate. Recruitment unlocked. We were attacked by an unknown force on our way to the station. As we were fighting with them, a Bujum appeared. I thought my frame would get shredded by it. I didn't expect my functions to be working. There are 3 floating spheres around you. They flew away when we approached. Spheres? Did Helena save me? Helena? Mention that name in addition to the commander. Who is that? Why is there something so fancy as automated defenses? I can't tell you that. Huh? But we saved your life! Diane looks at Kofo, realizes questioning is pointless. More importantly, there are other more important questions. So, do you know where the commander is now? Commander avoided the Boojum, but sure, they'd look for Helena if they're alright. Maybe they're together. Can we track them? Yes, we can. I have a tracker plant. Yes, we put an AirPod tracker on the baby. Well done, Kolfa. You know how to work with children. Thank goodness, it's still working. Wait, Helena's really close. But underground? Kolfa doesn't wait for the doll's answer. She rushes off towards Helena's coordinates. As they catch up, Kolfa goes a good long way before she comes to a halt. The wrecked shutter leading underground. Ah, they took cover in a bunker, an old bunker. A bunkie. The shutter is built behind a small hill. Half of it's below ground and practically invisible. And its outer camouflage has been blasted to bits. Once the size of a cinema theater screen, now it's nothing but ruined fragments, as if something giant had torn through it, like, say, a Boojum fleeing underground. There's weird slime on the ground. Looks like it went in this way. The spheres flew here too. Maybe they went inside. The Boojum might have brought Helena here, but for her defenses, she ought to be fine. Kofo wrings her hands, doing her best not to let her thoughts wander to the worst. Diane pats her gently on the shoulder. Kofo, things will be alright. Besides, the commander is here, right? Yeah? Kofo nods, mouthing the words in her heart till she can calm down. The dolls approach the destroyed shutter. The interior is spacious and leads to an underground passage. There's got to be some kind of shady facility. Looks like a secret passage built to smuggle people past the quarantine wall. Why is this secret passage so big? It's big enough for vehicles, and considering how close it is to the train station, it must have been built by someone really influential. Can underground brokers do that? How do you think they transport the big merchandise? Can't be a coincidence. Diane remembers that the railway police officer gave him a reminder. That combined with the fact that anything involving the commander should be complicated makes her think they need to be exceptionally careful with their next move. Is this Helena's location in the depths of the passage? Their coordinates, they seem to be far below us. Maybe there's in our facility. I have no right to ask of you, but can you help me find the commander? Diane looks at the pleading look in Colgate's eyes, and then her companions. Alright, let's go. So from what I heard, this is interesting. From what I heard, everything we've read here is a rewrite. When this event first launched in China, it had nothing to do with the commander. They added this in the rewrite and then looped it into the main story. But originally, the commander did not show up in the event, if I remember correctly. I've never read the original Chinese story. I don't know. I can't say. We can help the commander. We'll certainly be inclined to help. Please guide us to them. Thank you. Golfa gazes into the black depths, struggling to swallow fear. And then she turns on her flashlight, because she's Alan Wake and she's a writer. I gotta play more Alan Wake. That game is really good. Everyone halt. There's movement. We got bots. Lots of them. Watch those risk rockets, Jiang Yu. A squad of PMC soldiers. Hey, Zhao Hui has an in-game model. Their gear reads Magni Security. Maybe they're broker security. This is funny. I like them turning around and talking on the in-game models. Should we open fire? It might not be hostile. Let's circle around them. Kolfa, what do you think? Kill them all, says Kolfa. Kill them all. That's them. They're the ones who shot at us. HQ, we've been attacked by some kind of autonomous weapon. Casualties are 7 men, and we couldn't stop it from advancing. Target isn't moving. Those unités are praying or something. We can't step in. Ah, yeah, they're working for Paradus. Trying to get enough people together to lock the scene down. Our losses were pretty bad. Target, they're talking about Helena? No, we can finish the mission. We don't have to. Understood. Squad, hold. I'm out of retreat when the mishaps show up. Hang in there. Mishaps? What are those? Who knows, but Helena might have been captured. Can't wait to meet up with them. We have to move. Kill them all. All right, I like how this squad runs into Kolfa, and Kolfa explicitly is just immediately like, you don't understand it. We have to kill every single person. We have to kill every single person for the commander. Kolfa, making me wonder, girl. Yeah, they really did 100% redid the event. Yeah, they did massive changes in the event overall, from what I'm aware. Massive changes. Which isn't necessarily bad, but it's also not necessarily good, right? Well, more importantly, it's hard. It means they have to wrap in things that they probably weren't planning to write about or do early on, but they had no choice but to put that into the system fast. So, and again, I don't know how much the change was. I know it was significant, and they also changed the gender of at least one character from male to female. They made one dude a girl. But I don't know anything beyond that. She's got issues. Nah, don't worry, Akade. Kolfa doesn't have issues. We solved her issues. Kolfa is now over her deep traumas and just is left with a love of bloodlust and torturing hobos. You know, like normal people. She just hates bandits and security guards and everyone who isn't on her team. Sitting down from the control terminal as I think about my next move. With Sextons and Nemesis on the Elmo, there's no way Groza can leave, even if she isn't happy about it. However, there's something strange about how she looked when I discussed the past with her. She's still our leader, so she can handle it. At least 50% of the event is focused on the commander. Huh. I may have misheard. I may be wrong about that, Idacella. It's possible. We'll need combat power to account for developments. The other dolls are way too flashy. It means we need to send Kolfa. What? You can't send Krolik on a stealth mission, Commander? Is the armored tactical bunny suit too much of a giveaway? The conclusion I reach is I can rely on my own flexibility and Callan, but in the contamination zone, we need the support squad 404. You know, like we let Leva get half of her chest cavity blown off by a tank before, and I still feel kind of bad about that. Still feel kind of bad about that. She got a badass replacement arm though, so it's okay. and again, replacement chest cavity, so it's okay. So I scratch my head, then sigh. The pressure that once plagued me returns. I'd have to choose between a rock and a hard place. Have you made up your mind? Dandelion's voice comes from this diner gate. She says, you know, the Hard Place Cafe isn't a bad idea. They have cool little customizable pins you can buy. Not helping, Dandelion. You gained the fetish of sleeping into diner gates. Uh-huh. Oh, it was a smart navigator for the Elmo, but we just never used the thing. Interesting. Boy, God's least 50% commander, but could have changed. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, even in the Danagate's body, this aura of smug superiority is uniquely Dandelion. Really? She's mocking us even as a tiny flying dog? Whose fault is it there aren't any usable frames on the Elmo? I have to lower myself to this body. Lower myself? Who even says that? Still, being able to float around is nice. Looks like the stuff I left back then is pretty good performance. Just a mod, I can make it work with beacon signals. Now I can contact you no matter how far away you are. Oh, you're gonna head out with us in Dinergate form to live? If I said on the Elmo, I'd be sure you'd be worried about me taking it for a joyride and leaving you homeless. No, not the Dandelion Gates. Dandelion Gate isn't real. She can't hurt you. Dandelion Gate. I rise from my place in front of the command console and keep my gaze trained on the diner gate. The backs off to keep us distant and project a hologram of Dandelion. Uh-huh. Alright, fine. Why are you looking for me? It's already been 10 years, right? What? Did you miss me? Did you think I was too late? I just learned that Paradise wasn't completely destroyed, and right after that you show up. The timing seems a little too much of a coincidence to me. You're sharp as ever, though you've been wasting away in the boonies for 10 years. I can't bother keeping up banter. Instead, I just wait for her to keep speaking. Commander, why did you throw everything away and abandon everyone for 10 years? Dandelion Gate is real. She wants to hurt you. Very true, very true. Of course, because you didn't want to get your hands dirty. You know doing so cost you the ability to change things? You should have killed them all, Commander. You should be god of this new world, Commander. Oh no, oh no. A lot of people think what you did was stupid. They believe if you had continued on your previous quest, you'd be in power instead of being bullied by hobos in the yellow zone. You think they're right? At first, I thought you wouldn't put up with this for long, but 10 years have passed and you've endured shame normal people couldn't bear. No intention of compromising. Because of you, everyone under you, humans and dolls, ended up living pretty good lives. What about the communist hobo commune of dolls that are scavenging for parts and most of them are decommissioned? Like I said, pretty good lives. I don't see the problem here, Commander. I wasn't expecting to hear that from you. You're trying to persuade me to return? Oh, of course not. You'd resent me if I did. Damn straight I would. It seems you couldn't achieve your aim despite going rogue to do it, and the target you were aiming for didn't get exposed. The time wasn't ripe 10 years ago, but now she has come to see me. So maybe it's time for everything to turn around. She, you say? If you don't believe me, you can believe her, right? I hesitate, but I ask the question in my heart. What does she want me to do? What would Jesus do, Dandelion? What would M4, what would Robot Jesus do? She's just a silent observer. The important thing is, what do you want to do? Leaving aside that hatred, leaving aside humiliation, what do you want to do after stagnating for 10 years? Not stagnating, I have a full 4 T-dolls, thank you very much. No, wait, 5! We have 5 now! And none of them are very useful, except for Groza. Dandelion looks in my eyes, and I meet her gaze. There's an inescapable power, forcing me to remember something I've been trying to forget. Do you think not doing anything would be the best choice? Obviously, it's not a great choice, but what am I supposed to say here? I like how the communicator sounds in it, but there's no voice acting. And I get it, voice acting takes a long time and money. But, like, the comp sets are still here. I'm just saying. Just saying. Commander, plans are ready. You want to conduct the briefing? Glancing at Dandelion, she shrugs and turns off her hollow projection. Alright. Have him come over to the ops room. The drone takes off from the Elmo's landing pad, and soon the Elmo is nothing more than a speck on the ground. Helena and Co form on one side, while the box form of Helena's defense systems and I are on the other. Inside the Diner Gate's body, Dandelion sprawls over a crate, tapping its surface curiously, looking for a way to open it. Hey, only a few of those dolls are ours, and they seem to be doing good in positions of power. That's a problem, Idacel. There are no positions of power. It's a commune. Unless... The drone pierces through the clouds and the air clears up. We really use this drone pretty effectively, don't we? This is a big drone. Reminds me of the Satisfactory drones. I mean, it's pretty much the same size. Basically a militarized cargo drone. I was worried Helena would be afraid of flying, but whee! Is Mei Ling's voice. Commander, we're in cruise now. You're about an hour away from your destination, the railway transfer station. Fly us well, Mei Ling. Took me a long time to get this thing in flying condition. Of course I will. The drone will touch down some distance away. Dandelion said she upgraded the Diner Gate so you can use its comm to contact us. You know, if they want positions of power, everyone else would vote them. That's the problem. That's the Caesar issue, huh? I don't want to become emperor, he says, fully aware that he's about to become emperor. Thanks, Mei Ling. I'll be counting on you to get us there. And the transmission looked at the Diner Gate, poking the box. Realized this isn't really an upgrade at all. You mean you're basically making use of your permission to access the URNC channels, aren't you? If it really bothers you, I'm using public property. I can always get RKN to send you the bill for long-distance broadband. Sounds like this diner gate foreman would make a killing if I had sold it to the underground brokers. Think you can cover the bill? Even if you sell me off, you'll never be rid of me. Alright, let's talk about something else. Such as? For instance, how much you know about Helena? Well, the info we have is suggesting it. I suspect she's not a fully immune individual. All we know is she's related to Paradeus somehow, but you have to know something. Am I really all that all-seeing and all-powerful? I'm not as idle as you, Commander. I don't have time to investigate this matter. While you were slacking off for 10 years, I was working on the development and maintenance of the URNC's fully automated internal planning and management system. How's that? Impressive, huh? So Dandelion is like actually changing the world over here with useful infrastructural gains. Wow. Wow, she's a smug government worker. You never thought it would happen. Don't tell me, oh, endlessly busy Madame Dandelion involved in great endeavors. When do you find the time to come down here and cosplay a diner gate? Because I have a capable junior who's my pride and joy. Don't forget, Ogas is very good at differentiating. God damn it, Dandelion, you're creating new supercomputers. This virus is out here infecting more T-dolls in order to create new workers. I'm not surprised. It's kind of obvious she would. Virus going to virus, but like, you know, don't tell me you're doing it. I upgraded daughter forks and had them learn and grow until they became autonomous who could work on my behalf. So you're making clones of yourself. Commander, I'm in awe of how you can reduce something so complex and grand to a banal triviality in just a few words. Oh, you're making me blush. Back then, even the top brass had to queue for a whole week just to meet me. Goodness, there might not be anyone at all in the URNC who could do this. Outside of me. Is that so? Want to know how I did it? I'm stupid. I bet Persica would love to hear. What a shame. Let's discuss something else. In short, I've lost certain authorizations, but I don't need to remain stuck in the central hub system anymore. And while I don't know much about Helena, this device is interesting. The automated defenses? It's made of very high-grade parts, and its makeup is fascinating. The internal barrier is unique. I kind of want to crack it and see what's inside. What happens if you get in? I can control the defense system like I do the diner gate. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe a bad idea. After cosplaying diner gates, Dandelion's going to cosplay a box. While an emotion comes to mind, I don't want to speak about it unless she yells at me. The defense system's powerful. It would help me out a lot if you could control this. Ah. Diner Gate's eye whirs and narrows. A wicked idea for me. I'll hold off for the moment then. Can't have you getting in the habit of relying on others, Commander. Hey, it'd be really helpful if you had control of this deadly artillery system. Dandelion's response. Well, now I don't want to. You know what? Deal with it yourself. Oh, very useful. I look at Helena. Kofa's checking her systems. I hit the PTT on my comms, indicating she shouldn't hack in. What's wrong, Commander? Helena's spending a long time out of the zone, this contamination zone. Is she okay? I brought nutrients. They ought to keep her functioning. Nutrient supplements. Kofa, the nutrients our daughter needs is pure deadly alien radiation. Are you telling me you effectively brought uranium pellets in your pocket? Am I sitting next to you? Hold on. Hold on. Now can dispense collapsed particles for Helena to absorb. Oh, she's used... Oh, no. She gave herself a leaky Super Saiyan reactor. Now she's just shooting out deadly radiation for our daughter to absorb. Kofa, this is all great ideas, but what about me? We can't have this girl in a city. Lena promised to be places in the city where we could treat Helena. She'll coordinate with us as we move. Alright, we just need to be prepped. Helena begins spamming wildly. Although I can't make out what she's saying over the roar of the engines, it's obvious she's trying to tell Kofa she wants in on the conversation. So, Kofa puts a headset on Helena's ears, her voice coming into the channel. Commander, sky, pretty! Not like on the ground. While the collapsed contamination was cleared away, we'd be able to see things like this on the surface. Oh. So when cleared away? That's a mystery. Surely the great and mighty URNC is gonna pull it off. That's true, the drone's super loud. That makes sense. Helena tilts her head from where she's sitting. Perhaps the topic is kind of complicated for her, because she's like 10. So she skips over it entirely. Feels like going out on holiday. Know what a holiday is? No. Golfa taught me. I knew it. A holiday, huh? That's a great word, completely unconnected to my situation. I don't know what that is. Golfa, you ever been on a holiday? As if dolls could go on a holiday. I read about it in a book. However, the commander can take us all on holiday in the future. Holiday! Everyone on holiday! Only we had money. Helena seems to be in high spirits. Because you're here, Commander. Helena's always enjoyed being around you. Looks like you've got a daughter, even if you haven't tied the knot yet. Dandelion, we have like 4 daughters, I regret to tell you. You might not be looking, but I'm a happily married, wandering bounty hunter hobo with apparently like a wife and 4 daughters of varying competencies. One's a functional alcoholic. Strangely, she's the most competent one. Quiet, you. Dandelion seizes the opportunity to slip in the convo and begins telling them about my various scandals from Griffin until they're doubled over in laughter. Stop talking about the events. They're not canon. Oh no, they're canon. I'll change the subject because I'm worried they'll fall off the drone from laughing too hard. That's exactly why. Yes. It talks about our previous missions. They're so shocked by the tales of the dolls' battles and sacrifices they can't speak. Time I don't interrupt her, listening as Dandelion narrates the past. The faces of my friends and comrades come into view. Alright, so the commander's going through a PTSD episode. We'll just let them talk for a while. At great length, Dandelion finally finishes. Kofa sounds a little choked up. I didn't know you went through all that, Commander. It's in the past. Commander, amazing. Helena, you have no idea what any of that meant. I'm not that amazing. There you go, Commander. You're embarrassed when a girl praises you, even if it's a young one. That sounds kind of weird, Dandelion. Do you like the... Do you like them? Yeah. Hey, Peril, don't worry about this line I'm about to read off. You like them young, Commander? Oh, not necessarily. I believe the commander's preferences are very comprehensive. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so indecisive on that topic. I reach out to try and grab. I try and choke the life out of Dandelion Gate, but she nimbly evades me. Curse you with your tiny dog form. Hovering. Wait, she's hovering out of reach of my arm? But we're secured in a flying drone. How is she hovering? Damn you, Dandelion. Damn you and your magical powers. That was the best commander, #1 appreciator of tactical female robots. That's not fair, Peril. I also appreciate the male ones. Robots are cool. I like all robots, thank you. But we're doing good. We are finally doing the event, and it's a lot. It really is chapter 8.5. Holy cow, y'all weren't joking. The drone sinks into the cloud cover. Billowing fog smashing into us, parting ways into radioactive water particulate. Yippee! Though I can't see the surface, I have the feeling we're not far from our destination. As I'm prepared to descend, Kofa's voice reaches my ear. Commander, if Helena gets cured in this trip to live, will she be coming back with us? Probably not. Someone will protect her and take her somewhere safer. Is that so? It'll be lonely then. A moment I don't know how to respond, and Kofa keeps speaking. But that's definitely good, right? The story Dandelion told, you saved a lot of people, so it's the same as this time. We saved her, right? I mean, yeah. There were a lot of people I didn't save. That's what I want to say. Even though I opened my mouth, I can't bring myself to say those words. I look at Helena, but she has numbed the excitement. In fact, she seems to be in a daze. Kofo notices her behavior and speaks to her. Helena, are you okay? Are you not feeling well? There's a voice. Oh no. The Patriots. Honestly, like, even as we play more, the more I realize that the commander of Girls Frontline is in every way, just Big Boss from Metal Gear. Commander, the fence system is changing. The diner gate breaks free of its attachment, flies into midair to avoid being hit by the box. There's a voice that sounds the same as me. It sounds familiar. It's like before, but this time it doesn't hurt. Something happened to Helena? Looks like she can hear something we can't. Helena, what's with you? They're hacking our daughter. Oh no. This is the problem with robot families. Kofo looks at Helena, but Helena ignores her, gazing into the clouds. Over there. The box transforms into the spheres. I grab the diner gate as the shockwave of the transformation sends her flying. Spheres flying to Helena slice her free of her safety belts and carry her into the air. Kofo tries to grab her, but Helena avoids. After glancing coldly at Kofo, Helena flies free of the drone, ensconced in the embrace of her spheres. How does that look? Thanks for the hydrate, Frost. How does that look? These spheres are round, but they are carrying Helena. Like, are they under her armpits and, like, her butt's on one? It's true. They are hacking our... Somehow, despite us having a happy robot family, they are hacking... They have hacked our only non-robot daughter. Darn. You know? Fair enough. I would never think to install a firewall on a human daughter, so... They got me. Good work, Paradox. You're thinking way more ahead than I ever could. Me, Big Boss of the T-Dolls. God, imagine a Metal Gear world where Big Boss had an army of robot waifus. It would look almost identical to the actual Metal Gear. Parental control at a higher level. Yeah, we got... I forgot to set Helena's parental control settings. No! As the disruption from the spheres shakes the drone. One of two human daughters, Mei Ling, is fine. You're right, Mei Ling's fine. Well, you don't know that. Maybe the real hack on Mei Ling was the alcoholism she found along the way. Commander, what happened? The drone lost flight stability. Helena, she flew away. What? Flew away as the drone goes into a spin. I glance at the propeller next to me, and I see it's constantly shifting its pitch. Mei Ling's doing her best to keep it aloft, but all I can do is hold on to the handrail for dear life as the blood surging into my brain makes me feel like I'm gonna spew. Commander, hold on tight, don't fall off. As I see Kofo clinging for dear life on the handrails, the wind blowing so hard I can barely open my eyes. I channel all my strength into sticking the diner gate to the drone so I can free up a hand to cling ever tighter to the handrail. Pull up, pull up! As Mei Ling yells over the comm channel. Never heard her yell that loud. Perhaps her angry yelling has an effect as the drone manages to adjust its pitch and it slowly stops its spin. Good job, Mei Ling! You've appeased the machine spirit of the drone. We are saved! As the drone's flight path levels out, my blood flows normally again. I gasp, taking gulps of air as I try to recover. Holy shit! Everything happened too suddenly. We're all confused. I know our current priority is getting Helena back. Well done, Mei Ling. Oh, Commander, are you all right? Need to be grounded for 3 days. You know, Ekde, maybe we need a lot more grounded because they just flew off on us. You know, I've heard of Kolfa ran away from home and we just got her back, and now we have another one running away. That fast. It'll take more killing yet. Kolfa, can you track Helena's location? Ah, good, because this is Kolfa's AirPod tracker in Helena's pocket. It's a brilliant idea. Sew one into your kid's clothes. It is a breach of privacy, though, so that's kind of that's a moral question I will not be discussing. Hang on, I can track her. Send Mei Ling the coordinates. Mei Ling, take us there. Okay. Mei-Ling, can you see the coordinates? Helena's position is changing. I need you to keep refreshing the location data. Got it. Leave to me. The drone. Wow. We should make this drone a little safer. She can hear something we can't. Perhaps Helena has something in common with the Nidos we've seen before. Uh-huh. So you say, Dandelion, who is currently in the body of a Nido, a Nido. Diner gate attached to the drone looks my way. She's not as teasing. It's a sign of her reliable side. She's taking this seriously for once. Thought so, too. When we received her, the words Helena 043 were written inside her box. You help me gather info on that. I'm on it, but I don't really have much time for it, so it's going to take a while. Alright, I'll leave it to you. Mei-Ling's skillful piloting and the drone's high speed brings us out of the cloud cover. Looking down, we see the glow from Helena's spheres in the distance. Flashes coming from the ground where Helena is firing. I squint and see her blasting against a not too large monster. Never mind, it's a boojum. Mei-Ling, head for the boojum. Descend as you go. Once we reach 100 meters, begin orbiting the boojum so we can observe. He's currently in the body of a diner gate. Look, Idacella, I'm not convinced Dandelion is in a diner gate. Knowing her, what she did is she simply infected the diner gate with yet another copy of herself, and now we're getting a new diner gate line is forming a new separate consciousness to make her more powerful. The drone descends, Helena blasting with her sick-ass lasers. The boojum has flipped over a vehicle belonging to a squad of armed troops, and the forces around it attempt to blast it with their weapons. It is heavily wounded from the attacks, but doesn't move as though it's protecting something. In the middle of a small town, the town seems to have been abandoned. The ravages of war have only made it look run down. As the point of light representing Helena flies over the boojum, we try to follow it, but the armed troopers turn and shoot at our drone. Bullets whiz past my ears. I have to ask Mei-Ling to pull up. What the heck are they doing? We'll land first, Mei-Ling. Circle around where they can't hit us and set us down. I'm on it, searching for a landing site. Interesting. Yep. So those armed troopers are the mercenaries being paid off by Paradeus. Wow. So that was the last story-only section. We now always have battles in our story segments. We can do another. More chumps. Welcome to story, baby. If you're here for gameplay, well, you're not going to get much. The point of light containing Helena is close to the boojum, but we're forced to land farther away due to the gunfire. I'm guessing the boojum's protecting the bunker? But then why would the Paradeus mercs be fighting it? Well, I mean, they don't know, right? Mei-Ling picks off a fairly high clod of dirt as her landing spot. Which you can touch down. I've ripped off my safety belt and jumps off the drone. Do not do that, Commander. Please. Do not attempt to jump off of any flying thing, particularly a propeller-led flying thing. If you try to jump off, you'll think, oh, it's like a 2-foot drop. I'll just land early. Well, buddy, I forget to tell you that helicopters have massive downdraft forces. That 2-foot drop might shoot you down into the ground at high speeds and shatter your ankles. I can't say why I know that. But like, do not jump off of a landing helicopter or drone. Let it land safely. Thank you. This is your TED Talk for today. The troopers saw the drone land, tried to encircle us. I'm forced to draw my sidearm and engage. Damn, this is not what I was expecting. This doesn't look good, Commander. Don't worry, compared to our previous encounters, this is rates a number 5 on the things don't look good scale. Plus, we haven't gotten to the snafu, tarfu, and foobar categories. What the? Seriously? That's enough smug out of you, Dandelion. There's never enough smug out of Dandelion, I regret to inform you, Commander. How are the surroundings? Sounds fun. Oh, good luck. Hey, man, I gave you a warning. You signed up on the waivers. I'm not legally responsible. Have fun. We got 20 hostiles approaching. Let's see if you've dueled in the past 10 years. 20 guys. I'll manage. You do anything besides scouting and scanning? Well, as you can see, I'm just a diner gate. The only thing that separates me from other diner gates is the fact that I can fly. Naturally, I've sent a distress signal, but you'd have to wait half a day for them to arrive. Wow, what a great help. Even if the drone went back right away to pick up Groza, it'd take at least 2 hours. Looks like I can only rely on myself. Trust no one but your fist. Police will never help you, Commander. Look at my handgun. We're not bringing something better, but there's no point thinking about that. Enemy doesn't know us. Our only chance is to hammer them hard and throw them back with speed and violence of action. Kolfa, start blasting. Kill them all. Oh, dang it. All right, well, let's be story accurate. We'll bring Kolfa. Latara's definitely out because that's not much. I guess we'll bring, you know what? I'm thinking Commander's giving me some big revolver Ocelot vibes, so we're gonna go ahead and play Commander Ocelot. Commander Ocelot here. Hey, look, it's a reused map. I've seen this one. Good, good. I love reused maps. Unironically, I want every map to be reused because that's a lot of assets we can just use a second time. There's no reason not to, if you ask me. No reason at all. Love the Commander being a badass. No. I agree, Idasella. One of the things that I think helps Girls Frontline's story a lot, and helps any gacha that has this be the case, is simply if the characters are competent. Like, by which I mean, there's a lot of gacha games and a lot of stories where the main character, all they actually do is they stand around and look stupid. But everyone goes, oh, White Bread Chan, you're the one for me, woo. And it's like, why do you like this guy? Why do you like this guy? Right? But the Commander in GFL is a badass. Like I said, they are Big Boss. Or a Venom Snake. More of a Big Boss, to be honest. And because they're Big Boss from Metal Gear, yeah, you might say, damn, he has 1,000 soldiers. That's his real power, his army. And then you try and fight him, and you realize, oh no, it's not the soldiers that's the problem. He's going to kick my ass. Yeah, both competent and have a personality. Exactly. It makes for better story writing. You can't write a story with a non-character. They may as well not be there. To look at Helena's direction, I see flight flashing in all directions, automatic defenses firing wildly at the armed troops. The Bujum isn't far, but doesn't seem like it's attacking her. Her defenses blast the attackers, suppressing their fire. The Bujum takes advantage and rampages wildly, knocking over their armed vehicles. First 1999 is also a character. Sick, good to hear. When I pick up a rifle from the enemy along the way, it's a little more than a drop in the bucket considering what we're facing. I have no idea what might happen, and I don't have enough resources. Damn, 20 guys? I can blast that, but 200? That's a little much. All I can do is stick to cover and approach Helena. Try and do what I can. The diner gate orbiting my head, I think of something. Dandelion, you said you could break through the barriers of the defensive system, right? Bring me within 50 meters, I can force a connection. How confident are you? Well, this diner gate's kind of limited, so I'll have to do it all remotely. There's like a 50% chance of success. Good enough for me. Maylin, can you observe Helena's surroundings? Sure thing, I can see everything. Helena's still engaging the armed troops. She is killing them. It's just taking a while. Alright, find me a path that's free of Helena's enemies. We need to get to her. Alright, pick up another rifle and toss it to Kolfa. Kolfa, are you able to use a rifle? Just hose the enemy down with suppressive fire. Yeah, she might not be programmed to use a rifle well, but we just need her to shoot a big gun. Is this what you're like when you fight in person, Commander? You got better ideas. Now's the time to bring them up. No, I don't. Follow me. Dandelion, we need scans of the surroundings. Mark hostiles that are approaching. Ah, feels like old times. I do like Kolfa going, wow, what does the Commander know? Commander gets in a firefight, Kolfa in the background. Holy shit. Oh my god. How are they doing that? It's a Bujum's roars remind us how close we are to danger. Greenish clouds close in from the distance. Commander, there's a collapse storm. You need to hurry. Dandelion, we're moving in to hack the defenses. Can you control them? It'll be hard once I gain control privileges. Alright, bring Helena down on that building. Alright, Kolfa. Wait, what is this? Kolfa, cover me. I'm going to get Helena. No, let me go. Just about to jump out, Kolfa grabs him at his sleeve and pulls me back in. That Boojum's close. It's too dangerous, Commander. Besides, protecting Helena's my duty. Commander, stay here and give commands. There's just one doll. It's not like that's a lot. I got 2 mags, including the one I picked up. We should focus. Come on, let's go. Okay. Wow, you're brave. I like that. Dandelion's so like, oh man, you're going to get shot. This is going to be great. You think in her main body, this is what I suspect, in Dandelion's main body, she's in a diner gate for now, right? But her main body is currently eating popcorn. You can eat. T-Dolls can eat. Nidos can definitely eat. So yeah, she's definitely eating popcorn. Like, wow, that's so brave of you. Crazy. I hope he explodes. She's just waiting for a random artillery shell to land on us and be like, damn, guess that's it. Crazy. Alright, who can we blast from up here? They're all so low level that it doesn't matter what we do. No, it doesn't matter what we do. Ah, right, this is the guy that blasts you no matter where you move. You just gotta separate and eat the damage. Right. Alright then. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, long range shooting a gun. Blah, blah. Oh, wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let's just let Autobottle extract them. Autobottle? What am I saying? Yeah, she's heard all her copies watching. Yeah, all the clones, all of the daughters are linked in like, yo, look at this guy's getting his ass kicked. Fortunately, there aren't many armed troops left. We can pass through practically unhindered. Soon we're inside, only 2 stories high, and half of it's collapsed. I kick open the rotten wooden door, and we've arrived on the roof. We're too high up, but we can still see Helena's side. Oh my god, Dandelion said Roger, Roger. Oh my god, I knew she was a battle droid. I knew it. I knew it. Watch those dandelions. Diner Gatesman accompanying us flies towards Helena, the Boojum right beside her. Perhaps it's afraid of the defenses, but it stays outside of their light. Helena remains motionless in midair, as though she's lost consciousness. Diner Gate approaching. They sense the approach of the interloper. Defenses flaring with light and begin firing at Dandelion Gate. As Dandelion's hacking is disrupted, from being shot. Oh, I see. The hacking's messing up their aiming, so she doesn't get blown to pieces. Spheres begin to waver and they stop shooting. Diner Gate boldly flies up to Helena, examining her. This girl, I will save you. Who's she talking to? The orbs shake harder and harder. Ah, she's saving the Boojum, which again, this implies Paradox is purposely creating part machine, part plant, part animal, super zombie hybrids for reasons? Exactly. It's like people watching a football game in the bar. Yeah. Every time another person shows up and tries to take a shot at the commander, like, oh yeah, here we go. And then the commander blasts them and they just pop off like, oh shit. Firewalls are unable to resist Dandelion's hacking. Oh, hey Zach. Thanks for the hydrate. Space of a few seconds, Dandelion has assumed direct control. You have friends you can't abandon either? I can't leave them behind. Alright, just come back to us first then. Dandelion controls the orbs, bringing them and Helena back to our building. Golfa can help but exclaim in approval. Can't believe she took care of it so fast. It is Dandelion after all. Hey Zach. Looks like you owe... Oh! There's 2 spaces here. We got a spelling error. Looks like you owe me... Looks like you owe... Space. Me again, Commander. Helena isn't far from us. Kolfa's up the observation point, preparing to retrieve her. And yes, I know you'll say generic. That seems a little much, but like, hey. Helena's still looking at the Boojum. Then she gives voice to a heart-rending wail, to the point where even I can hear what she's saying. No! I can't leave those kids behind! Helena's screaming things that don't sound like what she would say. hitting me like an invisible shockwave. I become dizzy. In the distance, the Bujum seems to hear her cry and abandons its battle with the troops, rushing us at incredible speed. What? Huh? Interesting. Yeah. So this helps my theory. Paraduce is making the Bujums somehow. Current theory, it's just buffering time, intentional. Current theory is that, for me, when Paraduce uses the clone kids to make the failed attempts of a immune human, whatever they're doing on the failures is causing them to mutate into super zombies, hence the Bujums, and they just throw them out and use them to control territory so that other people can't get into the area. That's what I'm going to go with. Problem is, they're very uncontrollable in general, but hey, if all you need is to make sure no one touches you, uncontrollable monster, that's a plus. That's a huge win, if anything. That's a good thing. Hope you're doing good, Zach, by the way. All right, so we got 4 chunks left. Wow. When everything I've read about the story of this event from people discussing the rewrites and stuff, all of the characters I've heard of have yet to even show up. What that tells me is these 4 chunks of story are about to become unbelievably massive. Like staggeringly long. Because Diane and her girls, they haven't done anything story-wise, right? They have barely done anything, but this is supposed to be their event. So what's going to happen, I wonder? And with that in mind, I'm going to take a chance to go pee before we start these, because I'm going to guess this is going to be very, very long. And we're about 2 hours in, so this is a great chance to pee. Hey, if you're listening, go ahead and stretch yourself and grab some water. It's good for you. Man, okay, but you need a nap? Oh, yeah. Very understandable, Zach. My shooty girls are going great. I've been getting hydrated too much in general. But, like, and hey, not just me stretching, you should stretch yourself as well. If you haven't stood up in a little bit, be sure and get a little bit of blood flowing. I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Don't touch that dial, listeners. Man, I know nowadays no one touches dials for the internet, but like, yeah, no, you do, Frost. It's good for you. Do it. Do it while reading the chapters. All right, yeah. You want me to get one of those? What do they do it for, like hunting and stuff, where you have that like pee bucket thing with a cap on it? Oh God, that's so gross. What was I thinking? I remember. My brain's empty. Anyways, see in a couple. Oh, dials, right? So you know how like the classic from old TVs, it's like, yeah, piss jug. Exactly, close enough. It's like, hey, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Like for commercials and stuff. That doesn't make sense anymore. No one uses a dial. It's like buttons or your phone. So it's swipe that screen. This is such a rant. This is such a boomer rant. Holy cow. Anyways, so boomer rant aside. But it's very interesting because in my mind, in terms of impact, if I say, hey, don't change those tabs, that's weak. If I say, hey, keep your phone open, that's weak. Those sound terrible. But if you say, don't touch that dial, we'll be right back, that sounds good. Is that because when I was young, commercials said that? Or is that because it is a phrase with more impact? I need something punchy, something strong for the modern age is what I want. We'll have to think about that later, but I'll give you a couple minutes to think about that while I go pee. See you in a couple minutes, eh? Let me hop over here so that it's not just blasting you with the exact same music forever. All right. Technically, I'm back. I did forget to press a key button. I forgot to press a key button for the Twitch side. Which is to run ads so that no ads runs on Twitch side for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. But that's fine. We'll stay in break a little longer. They just stay in break a little longer. You feel like that'll work because the physical action. I agree. You want that physical visceralness. You want a command that says, hey, you, do not do X as a command, right? As a command. But so it is. Such is life. Such is life. Oh well. So, like... I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright. Well, I know that was fast. Not enough time for stream. You don't get ads, Zach? Yeah, but what about everyone else? You want to be a combat doll, Ekida? I mean, okay. I don't want to have to go through what the tactical dolls go through. But, like, if I can be as hot as the tactical dolls, I mean, it's a small downgrade from my natural self. Small downgrade from their natural self. But, they are pretty snazzy, I'm not gonna lie. Being able to upgrade your looks or body swap, that's pretty cool. So I wouldn't hate that. Also replaceable parts. Expensive because you don't have naturally healing parts, but thank you, Zach. I am dashing, aren't I? Ooh, ah. Ah. Hair flip. Darn, you can't see that one. All right, let's hop on back. Wah! There we go. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. But no. So you want to be a combat doll? Honestly, they're pretty cool. But you have to remember, while the T-dolls, their main threat is the fact that they're robots. So they're really accurate. Most of the T-dolls we see in lore use outdated and less powerful weaponry pre-World War III tech. So that's a legal thing so that they would be less dangerous than real human soldiers, which use like weird alien tech that's really crazy stuff. And they thought, oh, this means that PMC could never threaten the government. Well, Girls Frontline 1 showed them what's what. I'd be a civilian doll for a non-military rich owner who doesn't want to get rid of me. That's right, Idacella. I'd be a civilian doll and I'd pull off that honey trap like a champ. That's my goal. Fighting? Nah. That's a bum rap. You don't want that. That sounds cool, but you don't want that. That's Big Boss. Hey, security. Requesting backup. Oh, we're getting attacked by unknown dolls. Who else is around? We're the last unit that fell back. Where's the backup? Taking a whim to its ultimate consequences. Hey, you know. HQ sent the mishaps over, but there's no telling when they get here. Oh, geez, the mishaps? God damn, they may as well just kill us on the spot. HQ should have never ordered us to fight that boojum. All our guys are dead. Oh, thanks for the hydrate. You have a good night, Zach. Take care of yourself. Oh, geez, our guys are all dead. And here's a hot Chinese girl to make sure we die too. My greatest fears. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Pay attention to changes in the battlefield. Bring it on. If they come, I got the bullets for them. I mean, why did the camera zoom in on her thighs? I'm not complaining, but like, what's with the thigh and skirt zoom in for a transition? Can we get more? I'm not complaining, I'm asking for more transitions, but like, kinda weird, no? What was that? Whoever hired the mercs told them to attack the Bujo. That's right. So, and here's the thing, if the mercs are working, they mentioned the Paradus cult. So assumably, they're working for Paradus. If they're working for Paradus, but Paradus is making the Bujums, which is what is implied from what the baby said, right? What Helena said, that just adds so many questions. Why are they coming after us, right? Oh my god, Latara, oh, the AoE. I wish I could hit that many guys in normal gameplay and take them out. Latara, I need to boost her up because her damage has been struggling for a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Stop cheating with that, Latara. The why though, Cam, exactly. Be like, you like this? Check this out. Hey. I'm not cheating with Latara, Frost. Look, I would use a 4th handgun if there was a 4th handgunner in the game. It's not my fault that the devs literally only have 3 handgun units. We're doing what we can. Also, fun fact with Latara, in Girls Frontline 1, she was a handgunner. She was a support unit who used a handgun. It's in GFL 2 when they swapped her to using a light machine gun. Why did they swap her over? No one knows. But her AoE is good. I do love AoE. I like AoE spam. I think AoE spam is a really fun gameplay in general and is really undervalued. Not necessarily by devs, but often by players. Hey, we got a Niter. Niter 249 is back. Wait, is it actually 249, like the exact same Niter that we kidnapped last time? Even though we're in a different city? Yo, this girl's terrible luck. She just wants to form a happy little cult and we keep showing up and shooting everyone. Doesn't even do damage at high levels. Yeah, she's only good for debuffs. Unfortunately, damage... There isn't a great way to scale. There isn't a great way to scale a lot of characters, in my opinion. And I wish there was. As you hit high levels in GFL 2, you really realize, are you a support character or are you a damage character? Because there is almost no way to make a support character do functional damage. All right, Jiang Yu. They're all gone. Those guys were really strong. Everyone, are you all right? Damage is minimal, shouldn't be a problem. They were really strong. You killed everyone. You killed everyone. They're not all gone, Jiang Yu. You shot them to death. Fortunately, they didn't have too many people. It would be troublesome if they had as many numbers as the hobos. Why are there so many Veragers? They're like Fire Emblem bandits spawning in waves of human mass to just rush you down when you step outside your town. It's a little silly. Kolfet said something about fighting them before. Maybe that's why they only had this many people? That's possible. Those people are better fighters than the Verager, and they've got good gear. Zhao Hui scrutinizes their equipment, trying to find a hint to their identities. They don't have identifying marks besides Magni security on their armor. Their weapons are new, they got full accessories, their armor is air filters. These were designed for contamination zones. But they were speaking, are those dead people in that armor? Diane takes the helmet off on the dead troopers. He was shot in the head. The inside of his helmet is covered in blood and gore. Notes Grizzly, there's no doubt he was alive until we showed up and blasted him to death. They're probably standard PMC fighters. Standard PMCs wouldn't go up against a commander, right? Why were they trying to capture Helena? I don't know. They just shot us out of nowhere. Maybe they're working for previous faction trying to capture Helena. Were people trying to kidnap her before? It would take a while to explain. Commander got an assignment to escort her to a person called Kalina, and people have been trying to kidnap her the whole time. Kalina, you say? That's right, Diane. That's right. It's none other than Kalina, our assistant from the first game. Is Kalin involved in this? Then a assignment from Kalina, she gave him to the commander. It must be very important. Bullfoot, why don't we head to that location ASAP? I'll shoot 1,000 guys to get back there. Okay. Go for. I love shooting people. Let's go. I do like how they have a whole scene to go, wait, did we kill real people or robots? Takes off helmet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was someone's son with hopes and dreams. Anyways, dibs on his gun. Doop doop doop. Dibs on his stuff. Nice. Should have bought a better helmet, buddy. Used it during the platoon boss fight to apply defense down for Nagant. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would like more ways to buff them, but hey, we'll see. I know they put out keys to buff older characters, so hey, you never know. And she still serves a role, and she serves it well. The elevator isn't that big, only half-height fences for cover. The dolls get in. The elevator groans with her thunderous bass roar as it descends. Well, yeah, there's like 4 robots on the elevator. They're very heavy. JJ, doesn't this remind you of that one mission we went back on in Griffin? Yeah, we were at a submarine base. Fighting on the base parameter. This time we get to go on an elevator ride. You seem happy. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, okay? Gofo looks into the depths of the pitch darkness without saying a word. She understands everyone's uneasy. But the blinking icon in her comms tell her Helena's somewhere below. And though, she must keep going. After realizing her attempts at cheering everyone up failed, Zhang Yi doesn't say anything. The dolls just watch, quietly. As the elevator descends, a strange smell fills the air. Freakish vegetables made of meat grow rampant on the corridors on either side of the... What? Oh, there's meat plants. Oh, that's good. Meat plants, very good sign. This is a wonderful underground bunker. Wait, Boojums are like plant machine meat hybrids. Is this a Boojum nest? Is that why it was protecting it? Exposed cabling merged with the plants and snakes ever. This is a Boojum trying to nurse new young. This is it trying to grow new meat people. You've heard some people mention units in the Chinese server have been getting buffs. Yep. I love to hear that. I love when old units are kept relevant. You hear that, Hoyoverse? You hear that, Star Rail and Genshin? It'd be real nice if old units were worth buying. I'm just saying, it'd be nice. As someone who uses Kafka and dot teams and Star Rail, it'd be nice if we got something. We haven't gotten a single unit or artifact for a year. We're suffering. As they continue downward, the temperature seems to get lower. Kolfa, temperatures get lower as you go down into the earth. It gets really cold. I hate to tell you. Unless you're in a geothermal area, in which case it gets really hot. But we're not going there, so. That particle intensity is rising. I can feel it. Golfa's terminal's screen is coated in frost. Tries to wipe it off. She sees that the height of the coordinates are slowly matching up with her own position. Suddenly, the lift arrives with a doink. The huge gates grind open. Is this a warehouse? Looks pretty messed up for a warehouse. Countless glass tanks, half the height of a person, piled messily in the walls of the room. The ones on the left contain some kind of plant. The ones on the right hold twisted bodies. Reverse 1999 does it. Does it too. That's cool. Pretty much every gacha I stick with long term buffs old units. FGO did it, Reverse 1999, Arc Knights, GFL. It's just everyone loves it when devs do it. So do it, devs. Do it. Buff the old characters. The tanks are engraved with some kind of spell incantation. The walls are covered in designs, but the dolls immediately recognize one. Paraduse. Yeah, so we got plants and bodies. They are making Boojums. They are purposely creating human plant machine hybrid zombies. The symbol is one that no Griffin doll could ever forget. Kofo can't help but cover her mouth as she sees what's happening. And Xiaohui frowns from her place. Yeah, Xiaohui is just here. Remember, this girl showed up, shot a bunch of people, and she's just kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Hey guys. Were the missing people the cop was talking about all taken here? A single transfer station wouldn't have that much capacity. They must have been brought from different places. I can't believe there were so many. Is this Paradise? Kolfa finally realizes why the commander has been acting so strange and tightens her grip on the weapon. Disgust churns in her neural cloud as Kolfa has realized, wow, I gotta shoot every Paradise person I run into. They all gotta go. That's right, Kolfa. Believe in the bloodlust that lives inside us all. The collapsed particles are mixed with plants, but why are they placed with corpses? Maybe they're trying to pickle? Zhang Yu clams up the moment she realizes her faux pas, but the other dolls understand what she means. They all want to get out. Yeah, they're trying to pickle them. There you go. Takes a long time before they manage to stride to the end of the room. Hey, is that light up ahead? The only thing at the end of the room is a rot-eaten door. Faint light leaks through the gap below. Meanwhile, whispers can be heard through the door, spooking the dolls. I hear something. Let's be careful while moving in. Crouching low, they gently push the door open. Ooh. To be fair, she's been around the block enough to be self-owned and have the permits to carry weapons. Yeah. So she's probably iced a lot of people. It leads to an open space. The char of candles blends with the stink of gore and hits them in the face. Whispering becomes clear, repeating over and over again. The dolls can make out what it says. May deformity be exchanged for purity. If you must pass wisdom on to the sinful world, may my form be the medium. Ah, so we have cultists worshipping, praying to be twisted into giant super monsters, aka Boojums. Wisdom is like unto a curse. This world does not deserve a blessing. May my form atone for it. For the flesh... thanks for the hydrate. For the flesh is but a shell. If blessing is to be shared with all things, may my form be how they are joined. Oh, have a lovely night, Frost. A sonorous liturgy comes from the distance. Several dozen unites, long robes reciting verses over and over again as they stand in a deep pit. Gotta love how dolls can smell stuff with just seems like something no robot would want. Well, I just remember T-dolls are built to be similar to humans because that's needed for their neural clouds as well. This is the final offering. And smell allows you to detect things that are hiding and not making noise. So it does have tactical value. The dolls duck into the shadows, looking into the pit where a monster breathes its last. Is that a Boojum? That's the one that attacked us. On the signals down there. Was she swallowed by it? A look of shock appears on her face as she immediately tries to run out of the shadows towards the pit. Diane and Zhang Yi grabbing her frantically to hold her back. Let go of me! I need to save her! Elda's right there! Let me save her! Calm down, Miss Kolfa. There's a monster. You planning to jump down and commit suicide? But I... Don't worry. Sure there's a way. Let's observe the situation. Girl slamming her staff on the ground. The loud noise draws everyone's attention. May deformity be exchanged for purity. You must pass wisdom onto the sinful world. May my form be the medium. Cries of fear comes from the Unitas, but their bodies continue marching up to the pit. Their trembling is visible, even through their robes as terror echoes. Ah, they're being forced to jump into the monster. Alright, looks like this Nighter is done with her cult. It's time to feed them to the monster and move on. The Unitas pull out daggers in trembling hands and point them towards their own throat. Some try to struggle against it, but their bodies don't heed their own commands. No longer in control of their actions. Yeah, Paradise is no good, man. Where the flesh is but a shell, blessings to be shared with all things, may form be how they are joined. The Haldo's inside the Boojum. She'll be fine. Daggers plunging in as the Unitas fall into the pit along with their blood. The dull thud of their bodies hitting the ground, rousing the monster at the base. The twisted monster writhes, covered in wounds. It's barely hanging on as it strains itself to drag to the bodies. Upon touching the Boojum, the corpses meld in. 3 orbs begin circling around the monster as though they're protecting something. Yeah, she is inside of it. A massive plant coils around the Boojum's tail, binding it to the base of the pit, and emits a shrill cry, sounding like a howl of pain and a roar of anger. This Boojum wasn't formed naturally. Paradus is feeding followers to Boojum? That's disgusting. The group shifts their attention to the girl by the pit. She smiles happily, like she's at an amusement park. You have Paradus, there's bound to be Nidos. This one ought to be Niter. Niter? Yeah, we fought Paradus. This one looks like the Niter we met. She a mutant or something? We're gonna have a hard time beating a Nido with our weapons. According to our previous experience, Niter isn't that strong. She's more like a doll. Oh, great, let's kill her. The Boojum has recovered. This is our chance. We kill Niter, no one can stop us. Yeah, Kolfa, bloodshed. As the bullet blasting at Niter does absolutely nothing. Niter whirls around in rage, slamming her staff into the ground. A loud echo fills the air, followed by an angry shout. The time of blessing has not yet arrived. You shall not profane the sanctuary with your insolence. Everyone, get ready. Open fire! It's okay, it's okay. She's low level. She's low level, we'll win. What do we got here? Hey, look, we got all the guys who are really lucky because they are the ones not selected to, have an accident. Anyways, open fire. Bang, bang. You know, you do gotta love Kolfa, and you gotta appreciate her pragmaticness. Like, I love someone who goes, wow, should I kill these guys? And then when you learn, yeah, I should kill these guys. Instead of going, you know, there's a lot of moral things to figure out here, she goes, all right, I'm going to kill these guys, and opens fire. Zero hesitation. Kolfa is there for us when it matters. She will start blasting, and she will never stop, I'll tell you what. Oh, stunning strike. I don't like the sound of that. What's that even do? What's that even do? Oh, we don't have to kill the chumps. Wait, if we can just blast Niter, then we're good to go. Let's see if that happens. Is that doable? Oh. We gotta move up here. There we go. Oh yeah, it's actually really doable. She's so low level. She's so low level. Oh, the crit. Alright, can anyone rush over? No way. Nagant, no way. Alright. We'll do it next time. I suppose. Ah, what a shame. What a shame. He's okay. So I wonder what the final boss of this is. Obviously, it can't be Niter, right? We're already fighting her. So what's the final encounter? The Boojum? There is a Boojum boss fight, so it makes sense if that was the final fight, right? Wait, did we stun her? I think we did. Nagant, do you stun on your follow-up? Huh. Let's check her passive real fast. If the target has a defense debuff, apply stun to them for 1 turn. Oh, she does stun when they attack. Oh. Wow. Yeah, so if someone moves up within Nagant, but they have a debuff, then Nagant's gonna stun them. That's so nice. Got inside the street. I couldn't afford rent, got kicked out. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Kolfa. Alright. Perish. That's exactly it, though. Like, man, maybe I gotta rob someone or something. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Kolfa. Well, I gotta. Kolfa has a solution to the overpopulation crisis. The ringing in my ears interferes with my perceptions. How long has passed till I regain sensation? Aches and pains coursing through my body remind me that I live. I sense the weight on my body lessening. Somebody's moving stones away. The world in my eyes goes from a neon blur to clarity as a petite form comes into view. Hell, Person before me is Helena. She doesn't answer, only staying aside, watching me fearfully. I look at her dust-covered hands. I realize who moved the stones aside. Either there's a lot of small rocks or Helena's kind of strong. I cough and spit up dust and dirt. As I take stock, I can't seem to exert any strength in my left arm. Guess it's dislocated. Prop myself up with my right arm and look around. Commander, you awake? As the Dandelion News Network watches Commander get caught in a cave-in and are like, yeah, let's go. I've been waiting for this, baby. Her tearful tone pulls me back to reality. So she's talking like this, I'm probably not gonna die. I grip my teeth against the pain and force my dislocated arm back into position, testing my legs. There doesn't seem to be life-threatening injuries, though it really hurts. Dynagate floats around me, scanning my body, hovers in front again. Looks like you're taking good care of your body. Worst injury you got from being flung out a window was a dislocated arm. Vital signs are all within normal ranges. It won't interfere with upcoming operations. I'm just glad to be alive. I look around. My surroundings are a mess. The rickety building the Boojum hit has collapsed. The surrounding area is littered with corpses of armed personnel who died in the firefight. Oopsie, how'd that happen? Anyways, I reach for my gun, but the sensation I expect isn't there. Renagade's eyes seem to shine as it sees me reach for a gun. Relax. I checked your surrounding. As you can see, there's a single soul around here, so you don't have to worry about being attacked. However, Renegade flies a little higher, looks in the distance. As I follow her gaze, I see a big patch of dark clouds. Damn, the collapse storm that close? I found you quick enough. Otherwise, you'd be enjoying another full immersion in a collapse storm. I was wondering how to dig you out of there when this little girl showed up. Renegade glances at Helena, who's looking at us with a frightened look. Well, I want to ask questions. I need to get out of here. Too much time left. I need to decide what to do. I recall everything that happened. Dandelion took over Helena's defenses. Was about to grab her. The Boojum charged, changed course, and slammed our building. Kolfa threw me out the window and saved my life. Dandelion, where's Kolfa? I saw her being caught up by the Boojum with Helena. She isn't responding to my hails, but I can try and track her. Seems pretty far away, and she hasn't moved. Damn. Oh, we need to find her. I knew you'd say that, Commander. But shouldn't we be focusing on how to survive? Can you contact the Elmo? Lapstorm was almost here. What do you think? Last time I tried to signal, I told Mei Ling to bring the drone back. Might save some time later. Storm sure picked a great time to come by. I'd suggest we find some place to take cover. Otherwise, we'll have a nice crystalline look in a few minutes. Goal for a very righteous goal. She's going to solve the housing crisis. No one goes homeless. Exactly. No, Kolfa will cut the homeless in half. Are there any suitable locations? Some non-sealed building. Won't actually do much, but it's better than nothing. Helena's a quasi-fully immune individual. This isn't your first time being in a contaminated environment. You should be fine. I don't think that's how it works, Dandelion. Look of hesitation crosses Helena's face. She works up courage and walks up to me in the Dynagate. This way. What's wrong, Helena? Go this way. After pointing in the way she wants me to go, Helena runs off in the distance. After a while, she stops and looks back and keeps moving. Helena headed for safety? How does she know which places are safe? Is this where... Did we find where Helena was first made? And that Boojum is all the failed clones amalgamated into a singular monster? That's what I'm guessing. And I'm guessing the Nidos are hiring mercenaries and then forcing the mercenaries to attack the Boojum to kill the mercs on purpose, but to injure the Boojum so that it retreats, and then they feed cultists to it, and then it grows because they're doing experiments. They're trying to rapid iterate the monster to be bigger and stronger. I forced myself to my feet. Looking back, the ruins under the clouds look like a massive graveyard. No time to contemplate. I gotta move where Helena went and get out of here. Alright. Oh, we're coming up. Coming to the end. Yeah, this is not... I'm very confused. This seems like a very different story than what I read about made people lose their minds. Huh. This is totally different. The story I had read had like a dude who was a terrorist, but Diane like plays music in a bar and reminds him of his hometown and stuff. None of that is happening. None of that is happening. So I am like, is it a different event? Why was everyone talking about it? What's going on? Huh. Oh well. 8.5, I'm happy for that. Over here. Elena stops in front high point on the ruins. The sky's entrance visible near a half-buried slope. It's pretty well camouflaged, but looking closer, it's definitely man-made. Is this the entrance to an underground broker's base? The inside of the tunnel is much larger than expected, big enough for 2 trucks to drive through. The collapsed storm outside carries wave after wave of dirt. No more traces worth investigating on the surface. You know this stuff well, Commander. Could you explain? They're traders who do business in contamination zones. Naturally, the URNC thinks they're all smugglers. Well, their smugglers are bold having such a big entrance. They're brave enough to transport anything from small animals to heavy arms. Did you not know about these? Not at all? Seriously? Theory, Dandelion should probably not know about them and the only things found in the contamination zone. Some reason I think she's lying to me. Elena doesn't pay attention. She goes deeper in the tunnel. I run up to grab her. She turns to me, troubled looks in her eyes. I walk past and in front, shining my torch into the tunnel. By the way, for those unfamiliar, a torch is a term some areas use to refer to a flashlight. You also may know it as a flashlight. But a torch is a valid name for it. It is empty. Tunnel. Secret tunnel in the boojum. Shutter to the tunnel is half opened. Elena ignores me and walks in. Can't be sure it's safe, but I have no choice but to grit my teeth. The diner gate flies into the hole, and the shutter looks like it was broken, grinds shut. But we know the boojum is going to... Oh, so it flails against the wall, breaks the wall in the town, and then runs away and smashes through the shutter of this and then enters. That's what happens. Okay. The interior of the hole lights up, and the sound of machinery echoes all around. I feel the ground below me trembles. I know I'm standing on an elevator platform. Dandelion. Analysis. We're heading underground on the elevator. The diner gate flies around. Look in the same direction, watchful for sudden dangers. Did you come to save Helena too? Out of nowhere, the silent Helena looks at me and asks a question without being addressed. Of course, we came to save you. What happened? Why did you fly away? Sorry. I'm not trying to blame you. I just want to know what happened. Everyone was tricked. Everyone died. But Helena came. Helena was saved. You were saved? The moment of greatest despair, the call was answered. Helena stares at me like she's trying to commit something to memory. So again, who was saved? The boojum was saved, and everyone was tricked and died. Who was tricked? The mercenaries were tricked into fighting the boojum, and they all died, right? Or maybe the Helena clones died. We don't know yet. Wolfa, Dandelion, and Commander. I'm here. I'm scared. What's scaring you? I'm scared you'll vanish too. He pauses, speaking in an almost imperceptible tone. I already have nowhere else to go. Frankly speaking, there seems to be something wrong with how Helena's speaking frankly. Why'd they use frankly twice in the same sentence? Dang it! What, you me? Only I get to speak poorly. My instincts are telling me not to focus on that. Someone else is speaking through Helena on some level. If I voice my suspicion, this girl will vanish like a popped soap bubble. Did everyone vanish down here? The people who once stood beside me are gone. People who helped me in my struggles are gone. Everyone suffered because Helena exists. However, people who answered me should not become the new sacrifice. Helena lowers her head and doesn't speak further. Interesting. Interesting. As the elevator and walls of this place are scarred by battle. It's clear it's pretty recent. We encountered unknown men and the Bujum. And Bujum being attacked. So did the mercs get sent to kill everyone in this facility? Do you think they were sent in to kill everyone? And the Bujum was the only defensive thing? Yeah, she's speaking way less broken than usual. Exactly. Helena doesn't speak like this. So, in theory, someone's speaking through Helena, or Helena's suppressed memories are all flying back in and she is full articulation of her words. Hard to say. Hard to say. The diner gate flies back as the elevator reaches the bottom floor. Commander, I have good news and bad news. Which would you like? Let's start with the bad. The bad news is that the following scenes might make you vomit. However, they're very informative, so you'll need to look at them anyways. What's the good news? Good news is that Kolfa's on the move. That means her frame's still functioning, hopefully, and we won't need to rebuild her. Okay, how far away is she? Same elevation as us somehow. In other words, she might be in the base. Okay. Oh, we'll just have to go in then. That makes me jealous. Would you come save me if I were in danger? Obviously. Right? No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't let Dandelion die. The answer is very important to me, so don't try to bluff your way through, Commander. I hope nobody around me will end up in danger. That includes you, Dandelion. Danger is unavoidable. I'll try to protect everyone. That's unfair, Commander. You're the one who needs our protection the most. Then let's do our best for each other. After our conversation ends, the diner gate flies to Helena. Can you contact your defense system? We could just walk right in with those balls. Helena shakes her head. You're so defensive. How boring. The dandelion gate flies around Helena, and Helena warily turns to face it as she flies. Did you do all this? Smell like something out of this world. Let's go. Interesting. So you think Helena broke out of the facility at some point? You think someone helped Helena? Some people helped her escape the original Paradise facility and she fought her way out and massacred everyone? It could be. This could be an elfin lead kind of situation we got going on. Wow, most people are not going to get that reference. That anime is really old, and if you ask me, not actually that good. But hot takes. Anyways, but it could be one of those situations where Helena fought her way out and then later got captured and kind of mind wiped and moved and sent to be moved over somewhere else. And the person who was transporting her was us, and the rest is that. We're going deep in the tunnels after this. Things might get dangerous. Make sure you hold on to me and don't run off. When I walk, you walk. When I stop, you stop. If I crouch, look for cover and hide. If I don't come looking for you, don't come out. Got it? Helena tugs on my sleeve and nods. Aw, she's so cute. She's so cute. Helena remembers. Is that so? Hey, we got a Paradise guy who explodes. Servants. Paradise. Commander, why is it you don't seem the least surprised by them? Technically speaking, I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm mad. I'm pissed. I just fought them. Oh, then the things inside will make you shocked. Let's start by, killing everyone. Let's start by blasting. Way ahead of you. Small squad, deploy. Kofazure means she's been following the tracker. Helena is at the facility. Which is not where we are, since we're talking about going deep. That's a great point. That's a great point. How is Kolfa already here if the commander just came down here, but Kolfa came down here specifically because the commander is down here? Wait. Wait. What? Huh? Nani? But who was phone? Right? Like, But who got here first? Was it us? Or was it them? Because, well, maybe? I don't know. It's not entirely clear. I'm going to not think about it too hard. I'm just going to not think about it too hard. And, you know. Oh, we're getting gooed on. No, Nagant, don't get gooed. As they're rushing. No, they're rushing. They're running in. Oh, they're running in. Pursuing the commanders of Helena, the followers have the tracker Kolpa has on Helena. Exactly. Now it's possible Helena's tracker is, well, because the tracker isn't built into Helena. It's not native to her existence. It's something it's literally an AirPod tracker Kolpa's put in Helena's pocket, right? So in theory, it wouldn't be copyable because no one else would know about it or be able to have the time to build their own version of it. In reality, it's hard to say. We'll have to see what happens in the last chapter. Wow, are we really at the end of the story? Huh. Why is this an event? Why is this an event? At all, is what you'll wonder, right? Like, weird. Okay. I guess. Back off. No. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what can we do here? Let's get Latara running. She's not going to do anything for the rest of the fight. That's fine. Small squad will abide. They'll make do. As they always do. Such is their nature as being very small. Small but armed with a lot of handguns. Oh, hey, you can heal the damage taken by the health down dot. Interesting. Or maybe it just debuff cleanse. Oh, nope, there goes Nagant's health. As he explodes. We did it! Yippee! The major stare. Yeah, story ends on a cliffhanger. Honestly, you can assume the story will always end on a cliffhanger no matter what. That's the writing style of Girls Frontline 2, and I think it's a pretty solid one for what it is. Enemies are down. I'll look for an ambush. Renegades' eyes flash. Dandelion's voice speaks, not from the speakers, but into my earpiece. Looks like the final piece of the puzzle has appeared. What will you do now, Commander? Come all the way to an old friend's house. May as well sit down, make ourselves comfortable, and see if anything valuable's around. If this old friend of yours has fallen on tough times. Bunch of raw garbage in the corner, some random supplies. Like they've been reduced to hiring contractors to mind the place. You should be praised for your work, Commander. We'll talk about that once we've ripped this cult out by the roots. That's strange. Why is there no one keeping watch? Commander, is it because you shot everyone keeping watch? I'm connecting the dots here. A Boojum appeared nearby. The PMC appointed security moved out to eliminate it. In the end, they couldn't. Not only could they not beat it, but they ran into us and we blasted them. That's an idea, but it's missing details. Why is a Boojum here? Why is it that PMC had to fight it in said stronghold since it was underground? Doesn't make sense. Unless the Boojum was escaping this stronghold and fleeing to the surface. Yeah, it was made down here. Now there's an interesting guess. Why did Helena seek the Boojum out? Why does she act like she knows this place? Danagate looks at Helena, but Helena doesn't notice. She looks nervously further within. Girl's secrets. You must have seen a lot of strange things. Yeah, this has gotta be where Helena was made, right? It's gotta be the facility Helena was made in, but at some point she escaped and messed it up. And their solution was to take, assumably, the other clones who helped her, or possibly scientists or other people, and chop them up into the Boojum, into an attempted man-made super elid. No such thing as too strange when it comes to fully immune individuals. Oh, you could cleanse. I could heal the health from the debuff because the guy who applied it died. Interesting. Okay. In addition to the readily visible oddities, Helena seems to have a strange relationship with it. I wouldn't have thought of it that way if you hadn't mentioned it. I remember the report Groza gave me when we received Helena. Parts of it include the detail of Helena appearing and a Boojum vanishing, and just so happened to be a collapse storm. You saying Helena attracts Boojums? Yeah, I think all of this is an event. Exactly, Adesella. It's like, oh, fucking, why is this not just in the story? It's just a guess. The place so happens to be a Paraduce base. Might be able to find info that corroborates that theory. You said as much. Does it mean you've already discovered something? You're curious and follow me, Commander. Oh, okay, Dandelion Gate. As it stretches in the air like a cat to show how smug it is. It just looks kind of dorky because she's a diner gate. It's true her body's instruments are more reliable in an enclosed environment. Alright, Helena, let's go. Terrain isn't exactly complex here. We head down the staircase. Every time we think we're at the bottom, we find a similar looking platform. My god, we're in the Paraduce back rooms. the Paraduce back rooms. Once we pass the platform, the diner gate comes to a halt. Commander, you should rest. I'll take a look up ahead. Are there enemies? I lower my voice. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Not sure. What'd you find? Dandelion's silent. Something's wrong. I can sense it. Pick up a heat source, but it's faint. Could be a combat unit using equipment? Doesn't seem like a living person. Huh? She seems to sense my confusion. She uses the projector to display a visualization. It shows a faint human-shaped heat signature standing in an orderly manner inside 4 large glass specimens. They don't move like they're neatly arranged. Are they irradiated mutants? The mutation isn't complete. Normal human signs are present. I have to hand it to Paraduce. They exceed my expectations. This is some good stuff. Wait for me to give you the all clear. The diner gate flies in. Sense Dandelion's emotion to the tone of her voice. Time passes. Seconds. Minutes. I wait anxiously. Just as I'm about to run out of patience, the diner gate flies back. How are things? You should see for yourself. Good thing we gave her a flying unit, huh? Dandelion doesn't answer. I follow the diner gate to a hidden door. Not for her thermal sensors, given the darkened conditions, I wouldn't be able to find a door. The electronic lock is unpowered, opening with a light push. The dim ground. Lights roughly illuminate the interior. It's in a big room. There are 4 glass tanks neatly arranged in the middle. The tanks appear filled with fluid. Contents unclear. Regenerators. Leon, get the thermal scope. It's our only hope. Dandelion finds a port on the terminal and connects it to the diner gate's data cable. On seeing me approach the tank, she turns on the tank lights. What I see next makes me reflexively breathe in sharply. The contents are displayed by a ghastly white light. Every tank is roughly a meter or so tall, covered in clumsy prayers. Vegetation grows at the bottom of the tank, and there are different-looking humans of age and physique on the upper side. The humans and plants are suspended in liquid, hoses of different colors leading into them, like a biocirculatory cycle of blood. She didn't need to wait that long, she just waited. Probably, honestly. I was prepared. It's really creepy, man. Somewhat weird to look at Helena. She places her hand on the glass, as though she's bidding the people inside a wordless farewell. I trust this made you adequately shocked and angered. Oh. The data cable connects to the control terminal, filling with folders opening up and details. Dandelion starts stealing data like a mad person. Oh, loading persons, hey! Thanks for the raid. Hey Raiders, I'm Lord Generic, your Terracotta Warrior. We're reading through the end of the event of Girls Frontline 2. So, just as a warning, if anyone wants to do the event of Girls Frontline 2 or has not finished Chapter 8 of the story, there are big spoilers ahead, so be aware. But thanks. Hey, loading persons. How you doing? What were you up to? You having a good time? I think you pretty much guessed it by now. There's lots of info in the system, which means decrypting and analyzing will take a while. I should just steal everything and look at it later. It's not like I've come away empty-handed. Look at the serial numbers, Commander. Okay, what about them? They contain basic personal info. They aren't encrypted because they don't contain anything valuable. But I picked up traces. Look at their surnames. Dossiers for 10 odd people flash in my eyes. They all have the same surname. Oh, well, you haven't seen anything? All right, good to hear. Welcome in. And of course, if you've been working yourself and you're tired, feel free to, take care of yourself first above all else. They all have the same surname. They're a family? Or maybe they're of the same race. That'd be more appropriate. Only the data for this room is shown. I did digging, found everyone here had the same surname. As something comes to mind, the Bujum was in an abandoned town, but there were no residents. I thought they had fled. Oh, yeah, they captured everyone in the town. Let's go. I love Umbrella Corps. I mean, Paradise. What have they done? One word mentioned repeatedly, the new species. And for anyone unfamiliar, by the way, we're playing Girls Frontline 2. It is a gacha game with a lot of story, as you can obviously tell. It's very story heavy, and XCOM style tactical squad gameplay. I love it personally, but it's a lot of reading, I'm not gonna lie. Fusion of flora and fauna. Yep, they made the Bujum. Let's go. To be precise, I think they're trying to fuse human bodies with radiation-infused plants. Yippee! Yep. I think we get the point. The constituents of the bonding fluid are unknown. We don't know how it works, but it's pretty bad. Dandelion, why don't you save all this horrible research, which is good, but she might use it. I'm just saying, Commander. Helena walks away from the tanks and bows to them. Commander, can you help them? What? She reaches to the tanks. There's a pained look in her eyes. Dandelion doesn't answer. Only the blinky red light on the diner gate flashes. In the log, it seems the people in those tanks were put in there too long ago. Can we save them? No way. They're logistics personnel from StateSec. They're from StateSec? Were they captured? I could shut off power. It probably would kill them. Alright, let's just, take them out. Helena bows to me and Dandelion in the same way. She's very proper. She is not like this normally. There's this growl from the depths. It's no doubt the Bujum's still here. You guess his same race is a translation error referring to the people having the same last name? Yeah, that would make sense. After hearing the noise, Helena glances at us, and then she runs into the base without looking back. Dandelion, follow us once you get all the deets. We gotta get a lore 100%. Otherwise, what's the point? Alright, it's time for a small squad to fight a boss. It's okay, we're really over leveled, because these are very easy. These are easy bosses. Oh my god, what's this? It's like a fat tiger with horns? Why do we get this for an avatar? I'm not complaining. It's pretty cute. I like it. Right, we're fighting a Nido. Snyder ducks behind cover to avoid a fatal blow. The appointed time has not arrived. Forgive this insult, my lord. Rain judgment upon these heretics. Raising her staff high, it emits a deafening sound, forcing the dolls to cover their ears to protect their hearing. What is she doing? Look out, the Bujum's... yeah, let's go. Time for a boss fight. The Bujum emerges from the pit, devouring the blood and flesh of the sacrifices, restores its strength. As it's bigger than before, thrashing around continuously, unable to control itself. Snyder thumps the ground again. The sound makes the Bujum roar again and again. More pain than the last. Atop the Bujum, below the 3 revolving orbs, a shadow vaguely shaped like a girl can be made out inside its body. It's Helena. Let's go, Kolfa. Cut her out. I knew it. Helena's in there. Kolfa can't hold herself back and throws caution to the wind as she runs up to the Bujum. Give her back. Give Helena back. unloading her firepower into the boo jump as it raises its tentacles to counter. You know, if you're shooting into Helena, you should be kind of careful there. I'm just saying. As everyone has to follow in because Kolfa is causing tactical errors, let's say. Can't be helped, JJ. We have to attack all at once. Now's our chance to defeat the monster while it's weakened. We'll cover Kolfa together. I think even if you want to give them hearing, you give dolls the ability to turn their hearing down. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to blow out a microphone, I'd say, because at the end of the day, the dolls, being robots, effectively have microphones, right? Oh, that's it. I don't like how that boojum looks. I don't like how that thing looks at all. There's a lot of people they've merged into this thing. Oh, it's covered in, like, armor plates. That's neat. That's bad, but it's neat. Alright, let's kill the Niter. Let's kill the Nito first. Don't want to deal with that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, her health is low. Holy cow. Holy cow, I'll take it. I love being over-leveled for events. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Let's just skip the boss. That way when we do it in challenge mode, we'll have no idea how to fight it. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat? Alright, I think he's weakened. No, he doesn't take. He takes no damage from that. Okay. Well, that's about all we can do at the moment. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just get those debuffs rolling. Yeah, it doesn't really do any damage, so it's cool. Oh, they spread corruption everywhere though. Gross. Stun. More guys. Xenia, what can you do here? You are not doing a lot. Are these? Is this one of those fights where it takes damage when you kill the ads? Never learned because the challenge mode is. Wait, really? The challenge mode boss is not the Boojum? Well, that's just downright bizarre. That's just wild. Huh. Why would they do that? How curious. Well, anyways, I guess we just keep blasting for now. Not much else to do. Makes one wonder, huh? Oof. Kolfa, no. Wait. Was that a directional AoE? It wasn't a true AoE? It didn't seem to hit anyone. Interesting. Okay, let's look at this thing. How does it actually work, right? Let's find out. Maybe. Alright. How does this Boojum actually work? It's got an attack that stuns. Target the first enemy to act to deal AoE damage. Okay. Yep. Deal damage to all targets. No, that should have hit us. I guess it just did light damage. AoE damage taken is increased. Ooh, that makes sense. The end of turn. If guys are still alive, gain a stack. Gain a defense stack. If they're not alive, all enemies gain a different stack. Ah. Okay. So yeah, you are supposed to just focus on AoEing down the enemy. That is very much the goal for this mission. Good to know. Good to know. The Tara, we're going to need you... that not cleanse debuffs? I have to use Kolfa's ult. Alright, we're going to ult instead. There we go. Go ahead and undo that stun. Thank you. Bloop. See, I know a normal team would just one-shot you cannot cleanse this, huh? Okay, that might be a problemo. That's no good. Oh well, we'll make it work. We'll make it work, as we always do, What do we got here? You know, Casina, you're really not doing a lot. I know it's because I haven't leveled her past level 30, but in my excuse. I'm kind of lazy. Nope, that is a true AoE. It's just, oh, the stun. Oh, we might get wiped. Oh, yo, that's a lot of stun, though. Hold up. Oh, my God, that's a lot of... Well... Oh, and it's getting shield. Well... Yeah, that's not great. I wonder if the boss originally wasn't a boo jump, so they used the old boss or challenge mode. Maybe. Could be. From what I'm aware, the event that originally came out with Chapter 8 wasn't one that could be, or it was considered really bad. So it's not the one they're running now. This event actually ran after Chapter 8 in the original Girls Frontline release in China. I think we have to restart. I think Small Squad can't kill this thing. The chain stun and spam enemies is annihilating us. That's really funny. I kind of love that we lost the boss fight, though. Here I am laughing at a level 25 enemy, and I'm like, this is a joke. This is not a problem. And then we actually fight it. I'm like, oh, that's why all those soldiers died horribly. Understood. All right, so here's what we do. AoE is effective against it, right? So obviously we're going to throw in Lada. She's not really Small Squad material, but she's close enough, right? And then we throw in Vepli for even more AoE material. And then lastly, do we need a healer is the question. My answer is no. My answer is no. So we'll keep Mosin Nagant for that tasty defense down. And now we just kill this thing. Now we try and just pop this thing immediately. Alright, there is still the Nito. There's still the Nito we gotta pop, so it won't be too easy, right? Alright, pop the small guys over there. Good news. That really does do a lot of damage to it. That really, really does. Alright, so first, Vepli, run over here. Give them all a spicy grenade for that damage amp. Thank you, Vepli. Very cool. Wow, that did a lot. It's almost like having levels matters in this game or something. How strange. What a concept. Mosin, go ahead and give it even more vulnerability stacks, even more weakness. And now, finally, Lada can move in and give it a nade. Look, we'll try and kill it. We'll try. There we go. And it's dead. Wow. High-level characters. Who knew? Heretics. Heretics won it all. The Boojum falters under the doll's attack. Slime gushing from its wounds. As Nida wraps her staff on the ground, the monster seems unwilling to continue its attack. Did we do it? We need to press on. Helena, I'll save you once we kill this monster. Dolls spread out, circling around the Boojum to attack Nida as despair crosses her face. But then the sphere from the Boojum head starts to shine with a blinding light. Nida's face fills with glee as though she heard something. The appointed time is before us. I knew this was but a trial set before me. I knew you'd never abandon me. Thank you for answering your servant, my lord. I love how crazy they are. They're programmed to act this way, remember. The sphere shines and light slices open the Boojum. Helena floats into view. Despite the Boojum's wounds spewing slime everywhere, her body is not touched by any of it. Boojum howls in agony, but Helena pays it no heed. All she does is glare at the Niter. Niter is full of delight as she stands in front of the Boojum, laughing maniacally as she casts her staff aside and falls to her knees. Her face turns pale and twists, roaring in anger. You are not her! You are not her! Where is my lord? I'm here. Niner turns around and sees the other Helena taking aim at her with a handgun. Why does the 10-year-old have a handgun? My lord, this is from them. I'm returning it to you. Helena pulls the trigger as a bullet blasts clean through Niner's torso. Helena is with us and with Coffee. So there's two Helenas. What the heck? Why? I devoted myself to you, utmost faith. Then rejoice, for today you will be a martyr. Holy shit, Helena! That line goes hard. Wait, fuck, that's a good line. God damn. Rejoice, for today you will be a martyr? Oh shit. What? What? Is this punished Helena? Wait, hold up. If we're Big Boss, does that mean our Helena is Solid Snake and this is punished Helena over here? Oh my god, it's all starting to make sense. It's all starting to make sense. She mag dumps into Nider's head. Collapsing to the ground, the Boojum also collapses, though its spine had been removed. As I catch up, I come to a halt, staring in shock. I realize Helena somehow stole my pistol. Not very good firearm handling safety there, Commander. I can sense something strange. I don't expect there to be two Helenas in front of me. Helena in front of me raises her gun and points it at the Helena in the air. The two of them are silent, staring at each other. Didn't you empty the gun, Helena? Well, it says she fired repeatedly, not necessarily that she emptied the handgun. Depending on what the handgun is, it could have like 12 or 13 rounds in it, so plenty to dump into Niter and then have a couple more. The Helena in the air speaks. D68, you were not chosen. What a shame. I never wanted to be chosen. Everything we believed in was a lie. So this is... Oh, so our Helena... Wait, I thought she was 38. She called her D68. Which Helena is which? I don't even know anymore. I guess ours is D68? It is? Is it? Was the resonance the only thing that came of the ritual? She was the one who resonated with me. She saved me, so get the hell out of her body. Think you would sacrifice so much. Do something so meaningless. This is the only place of meaning to it. I want to save the people here. I was so close to success. Why? Why was it you again? You traitor. You betrayed us all. There's a vicious glint in the eyes of Helena. She pulls her trigger in a flash and blasts off the rest of the magazine. But the spheres glow and the bullets are melted. Helena in midair looks scornfully towards the ground. Betrayed you? You are the one who betrayed us. Scum who abandoned their faith and their mission ought to disappear here. The spheres begin to circle, energy gathering between them. Dandelion, take over the defense systems! On it! I rush to grab Helena before jumping aside. Thanks to Dandelion's interference, the energy beam is thrown off target. So I, don't lose every piece of my body to lasers. As the dolls see me from afar and head in my direction. Commander! I knew it! The commander was here after all! Is this the commander? What do you think? Our commander's still as badass as ever, even after all these years. You see how he killed like 30 people? He doesn't even know who they are? Sick. They run up and press themselves against me. The defense system don't seem to initiate a second round of attacks. Is this really the time for that? Is that really the time for that? Our Helena's the one who controls the spheres. So that badass Helena who blasted Niter to death is not our Helena. Huh, but it was the Helena we found that... Okay. So, the Boojum ate our Helena in the attack, but the Helena who worked to save us is Helena D68, who found us, unburied us, and that's why she's been so scared of us, right? And talks in complete sentences. Because she's a different person, right? She's an entirely different clone of Helena. But she found us and knew that maybe we could help her to save the people of this underground area. That Helena feels betrayed because she thought she linked up with whatever the prime Helena is or something, and instead ended up linking with our Helena and called in someone who wasn't who she thought and just got eaten by the Boojum, and rather than saving the people forced to become the super monster, cut the monster into pieces. which is why she's like, what the fuck? I was trying to save them. I was so close. She can't save them, but she doesn't necessarily know that. So we might end up killing Helena, or we might end up with 2 daughters. Oh no, gee, Shiki-Khan. How come Kolfa lets you have 2 daughters? 95? 97? What are you doing here? It's fate. It's a long story. Kolfa brought us over to look for you. Okay. I'm glad you're okay, Kolfa. Thanks for saving me. I don't think we should be having a hug out. You owe me one now, Commander. And now our Helena's going wild. Yep. So our Helena's connected with something and is possessed by someone now. And we have no idea what's going on. Wait, is this literally the... Oh no, they're a clone. Kill them, Commander. I don't know who to shoot. Also, I think you stole my gun. Damn, we kind of fucked up. Kolfa happily flashes me a thumbs up, looking at the Helena in the air before exclaiming, what's going on? Gee, Shiki-Khan, why do you have 2 Helenas? The airborne Helena looks at us in amusement. She doesn't seem to intend to attack us. She looks thoughtful. Yeah, they're having tantrums, you know. Sometimes siblings fight. This is normal. Well, someone interesting has shown up. I didn't expect us to meet so soon. Who are you? I'm a consciousness similar to someone you know well. A lot will happen between us. However, as she starts to sound strange, you'll need to survive until then. As gunfire sweeps in from the passageways laid down by armed troops, but whose helmets are painted black. The suicide squad that they sent for reinforcements has finally showed up to clean this place out. This is, okay, every part of this chapter literally is a Resident Evil game, right? Think about it. This is just a Resident Evil game. We show up, a bunch of umbrella cops shoot at us while fighting a monster. The monster kills everyone. We enter a scientific facility where everyone has been killed by monsters, and we see horrible experiments. After we defeat the monster and the crazy scientist, more Umbrella soldiers show up to finish us off and wipe out the facility to hide their crimes. It's just straight up in a Resident Evil game. I love that, by the way. That's a good thing. Enemy reinforcements. Did PMC say there were reinforcements incoming? Came kind of quick, though. Prioritize protecting Shiki-Khan. Lay down suppressive fire. We need to withdraw. Helena's being controlled similar by something similar to Dandelion, but for clones. Yeah, because, for reference for everyone unaware, Dandelion is part of a massive viral spreading supercomputing hive mind computer, essentially. So I'm going to assume Paradox, the big villains of the setting, have managed to create a organic version of that, more or less, right? They have some kind of organic connection mind thing. It's really hard to know with them. They're very weird. They're very weird, man. Bad news, but weird. Reaching out to Helena, she hesitates before returning the handgun to me. I wave to Kolfa as she joins me in my cover. Kolfa, bring Helena to the rear. Everyone else, form up on me. Will do. Kolfa grabs Helena's hand and rushes towards the tunnel where I'm pointing. Before she reaches the entrance, she comes to a halt and comes back with Helena in tow. There's enemies in the rear. Damn, we're surrounded. Jiang Yu, move behind the commander and intercept the enemies. Okay. Hive minds creep you out. Well, Ekade, welcome to Girls Frontline. We got a couple of those. They're all bad news, by the way. All of them are bad news. Bullets start flying our way from the tunnel, forcing us to leapfrog between cover lest we get caught. Things don't look good, Commander. At long last, it's time for you to flex your leadership. You seriously think it's time for that? The dolls fire back. Their reinforcements outnumber us as we're completely suppressed. How many are there? Jeez. Should be at least 50 according to the scans. 50? As you can see, I'm just a diner. Look, I'm being serious here. In that case, we should solve this before our reinforcements, once our reinforcements get here, right? Reinforcements? What reinforcements? as I hear an unfamiliar voice in my earpiece. Moment I know we've been tossed a lifeline. Centarisi! Oh, shit, is Springfield's squad here? Wait, Springfield's girls? Commander, do you read me? Loud and clear. We received Dandelion's distress signal and are approaching your location. Macchiato's come, too. Wait for us, Commander. Don't die there. Wait, Springfield squad. Oh, yeah. Yes, that is true. Dandelion is a part of the viral spreading computer hive mind that did not, very explicitly, did not fuse with the primary Skynet network, right? She did not, despite her natural inclination, she ended up not fusing with the primary hive mind and is forming her own small computer hive mind commune of clones of herself. Which is good for now and probably bad. That's the end of the event. Of course that's the end of the event. Of course that's the end of the event. Okay. So I was wrong. I want to apologize. Everything I said at the start of the stream was dead wrong. I don't think this is the event that made China lose their minds and destroy the reputation of the game in the Chinese servers. From what I've read, that event is completely different story-wise. Like, this is not the rewritten one. I think they skipped that event. I think they straight up skipped it. So Diane should have had a story event before this one. But they were like, bruh, we got blown up. We got blown up. We're not doing that. All right, we're doing a supply mission so I can finally burn off these stupid tickets. But that is fascinating to find out that they just skipped it entirely. It was so bad for them, right? There was essentially no salvaging it, and they're like, "All right, we're just moving on. We're just moving on. We can't." You think it is? It'll just change the percent. From what I'm aware, Idacella, the rewrite, I don't know. It could be. I don't even know. I'm very curious to look that up after this, just to find out. You know what I mean? Oh, look, they actually have defense. Lada can't just kill him casually. What a shame. What a shame. Who knew? Oh, well, she still softens them up. That's her job, after all. Ooh, Kofa. But, like, that was, honestly, I'm kind of two minds. One, that's a really good event story. Really good story. Love the writing. Though, when do I not love the writing of Girls Frontline? It's really good in general. But, like, there's no way this was a rewrite. This can't have been the event rewrite, because this is just the main story entirely, right? Very strange indeed. Makes one wonder many things. Same events, it's the same mini game. It's the same mini game. That's even more confusing. Well, I guess I'll just stand around and be confused. I guess my conclusion is to just admit that I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that this event was fire. I want to know what happened, so we have re-met with Springfield's girls and with Type 95 and 97. From there, I think we can reasonably assume Type 95 and Type 97 are going to be main characters for a little while, and so will Springfield's girls. That is a lot of dolls to put into our story, but as you may have noticed, they did very cleverly and very purposefully write out our main squad of girls, because they are helping Squad 404. They won't be here, so they're introducing the other squad to be with us. This is pretty good writing-wise, because if you think about it, the reason you gotta do this is because if you have 16 characters in the group, you have no characters in the group, right? That's too many people to write a story about on a fundamental level. Too many people. You have to trim down the cast, and that's what they did. So, I guess we'll see where this goes, huh? I guess we'll see. What else can one... Whoopsie! Did not mean to do that. What else can one do but wait and see? Yeah, so they had to rewrite most of the story because the event 2, because of the rewrites, that's why our events are out of order. Ha! Okay, yeah. So we are getting essentially the fixed version of the events after they had to break the events because they had to rewrite a huge chunk of the game because it was a nightmare. Wow, that is so incredibly confusing. Wow. This game really struggled, huh? I'm glad it's doing well in global. I'm so glad it's doing well in global because I love this style of game and I love Girls Frontline. So, hey, if it's surviving, I'm happy. I'm happy. Good news is that Micah, the company that makes Girls Frontline, is fairly well known for continuing to develop a game even if it's not profitable. As long as it's not like losing money, they'll keep deving it. And this game's making great money now that it's out in the global servers, because whatever reason that's not popular in China, we are eating it up, and that's me. I'm the one eating up. I'm the problem, if you're wondering. I'm gonna auto battle these. I don't really feel like doing all of them right now. But what do y'all think? Any thoughts on this story and its event? Boy, are they dropping massive lore bombs. Holy cow. But the fact that it's timed, you see this ends in 16 days and 21 hours. This event basically changed the entire story of the game outside of the initial chapters. Huh. Fascinating. But with that said, like, okay. I really like this. I am deeply concerned. So if you're watching this stream, one, hey, thanks for dropping by. Be sure to like and subscribe. Oh no, not the YouTube plug. No, but be sure to hit subscribe and you'll catch us as we keep playing Girls Frontline and many other great things we have coming down the pipe. All right, plug over. I've been told, telling people to subscribe really helps the channel. I don't know what I'm doing. But Ekde, how many PMCs are there in game? A lot. So in the first game, you were a private military company and a lot of wild stuff happens. In the second game, you're now an independent bounty hunter. You're an independent operator and you run across PMCs, but that's just, they happen to be there as a part of a much larger story. You've heard that the Chinese players who still like Girls Frontline are really happy it's popping off in global. Absolutely. Yeah, you wish it focused more on Dion. That's the thing, right? I remember in the beginning I said, I'm not a huge Type 95, Type 97 fan. They're cute. I used them back in Girls Frontline. I used them because they were good. And some of the early assault rifles that you could use, right? But it was like, I don't really care to pull for them. I'm not that interested in pulling for them as a character. I'm not that interested in getting Diane. This event has not made me interested in getting Diane whatsoever. Because she could have been anyone. You could replace these girls with any character in Girls Frontline. Any character at all. It would functionally have changed absolutely nothing. Right? Most of the story was the commander going through a Resident Evil game. The commander was just going through Resident Evil 2. But Diane didn't need to be here. Anyone could have rescued Colgate or Kolfa, and it would have been an identical story. And in that mind, in that sense, I think the writing for Diane is pretty weak because she doesn't matter. If you look back at the previous story, Macchiato's story, with Centaurisi and Sharkry, you couldn't replace them with just anyone. And Springfield, of course, the best girl of all. You couldn't replace them with other characters. They're all unique, and their quirks and personalities are the star of the event and the story that ensues. If you swapped one of them, it would have changed how the whole event went. So, yeah. Type 95, Type 97, they didn't show up in Girls Frontline 1 story-wise. They didn't get events. They were effectively just filler gacha characters who didn't matter. And it kind of sucks to see that in GFL 2, Diane remains a filler gacha character that does not matter. She gets an event, but she barely has any dialogue. She barely matters. She simply is here. Though now that she's with us, maybe she'll get some play in the story. In the next couple of chapters, maybe she'll get a chance to do more. It's just unfortunate because, let's say when chapter 9 and 10 drop, we play it and we're all in tears like, I love Diane so much. She's the best character ever. Diane has changed my life. Well, too bad. Her banner was right now, so it's already passed. Deal with it. Right? Like, not the best way to sell her. More things change, the more they stay the same. Exactly. Original event was all about them, much more similar to Suomi and Orid, but the rewrite changed that. Yeah, from what I'm aware, the original event doesn't have the commander in it at all. It's not part of the main story, and it's entirely about these girls. But we didn't get that. Maybe in the future, but considering it bit them so hard in the Chinese servers, I wouldn't be surprised if all we'll have are bad translations and confused stories from largely bad actors, right? You don't actually know what's true and what's just a repeat of a repeat from a twisted game of telephone. Such is life when you're peering in on a foreign language server for a game you can't read. And if you can read Chinese, well, doing better than me. Good God. It's so hard, man. It's so hard. Simplified isn't much better either. The simplified pinyin, it's not much easier, let me tell you. God damn it. It was functional when we did it, but like, it's such a hard system to learn. Hey, we got a lot of money. Let's buy the keys so that we got more stat ups. Oh yeah. Yeah, she did have a dedicated story to make you like her. But yeah, as we're aware, that dedicated story is the one that resulted in a, like, massive community riot, essentially. A massive community riot. But at least we get a lot of poll currency. You love to see it. You love to see it. Where does that put us on poll currency? Oh, yeah. 13 tickets. 1650 currency. I think that's like 11 polls. No, we have like, I think we have like 70 polls. No, more than, wow, I cannot math. It's 1500 per 10 poll. So we have about 120, 130 polls. Oh yeah. I don't know who's coming next, but if it's one of the girls I want, we are set. We are set. Oh, yeah. That's one thing I really like about Girls Frontline. It feels really generous. I'm going to hop off of this just because watching her do that animation over and over and over really sucks. But we are set, baby. But Girls Frontline, poll-wise, it feels really generous. Now, to be fair, I have spent a non-zero amount of money. I have contributed to the game's funding. Let's say I'm not a whale. I'm not like dropping paychecks over here, but it is a non-zero amount of funds. And the game just dropped, and at the start of any gacha game, you get a lot of poll currency because they got to get you up to speed, right? They got to get you some polls so you don't want to drop. So you're currently sitting at 200 polls after getting 2 Mozens and a Qingjie in her Mozen banner. Woo! Dang, you still have 200 polls? Well, I think that tells you very much, right? Girls Frontline 2 is really generous. It's not like outrageously generous. It's still a gacha game. It's still abusive at its core principles of monetization. But it feels good, man. It feels good. I'm tired of Hoyoverse. Sorry to rag on Hoyoverse again, but I'm tired of the Hoyoverse gacha where like you barely get enough pulls to get something and then you lose a 50-50 and you're just in tears because you're like, man, it's gonna be like 4 months before I can guarantee a character. That sucks. You sit at 160. Oh, so you're pretty similar to me, Matt. Okay, not bad, not bad. Picking Mozen from standard selector. Oh, Well, it's nice, but here's the thing. I just said that means I'm assuming you, looking at the recruitment, you've gotten 300 or 260 pulls on the base banner. I have 208. That's wild if you think about it. The game is not even 2 months old, and you've already hit the hard pity that allows you to pick a character of your choice directly. Think about how crazy that is. Heck, I already have 4 of the 6 characters because Sabrina and Vepli are guaranteed. Perita you can get from the random banner from sending girls out for the daily upkeep. So when I get to select her, I'm probably going to pick Chungji just so that I have her, and I will have all of the girls eventually from the standard banner. That just makes sense to me. I prioritize having more girls over stronger ones because I think that's more fun. I think it's more fun to have options than raw power. But that's crazy. The game is very generous. Now, again, it is launch week. That changes a lot of the math. Let's be honest, it really does. Everything's more generous for launch week. It's the launch, period still. But, dang, feels pretty good. I'll say it. Feels pretty good. You skip that on Tolo or Perry because you want Mosin copies. Oh, and that's the thing. If you know you love Mosin the Gaunt and you want to use her, then you make the right choice getting Mosin the Gaunt. Because gacha games are about using the characters you like. That's why I like games like XCOM, because at its core, it's a strategy game. So if you find the characters you like, you can make it work. You are missing Perita, Matt? Nice. Well, good news is you'll get her eventually, no matter what, right? You just like Mosin? Well, that's what matters, because I also like Mosin. I used her so much in GFL 1. Holy cow. Mosin and Springfield really hold down the fort in terms of 4-star rifles in Girls Frontline 1. And boy, do you need them. You need good rifles. There's better ones now if you play GFL 1, but good God, was there a period where they were so core. What's screaming at us from the refit room? Oh, I can promote Nemesis. Alright, whatever. You know what, Nemesis? Get your promotion. I won't use you much, but I'll give you a promotion just for a story when we do the sort. Oh my God, I forgot her butt jiggles when she fires. I forgot she had that. Oh, you also everyone likes Mosin the Gaunt. Everyone likes Mosin the Gaunt. I mean, look at her. Where is she? I need to level her. Don't look how gorgeous this girl is. And also the Mosin the Gaunt, while in real life is an outrageously heavy piece of junk, it's a very accurate and solid weapon that's reliable, easily maintained, relatively speaking, and it's good. It's a good rifle for long-range engagements. It just does its job. It's just, really old and outrageously heavy. You would not want one. You do not want one of these babies, let me tell you. Not in the field. Also, the hilariously large scope on this thing. God damn. Look at that scope. It's this scope on Mosin, I want to point out, is the size of her entire body cavity. This girl's wielding a scope as big as she is. Massive. You'd like to max out Mosin. I mean, what does she even get? Oh, gain extra ult. That's actually very good. Extra ult charge. Gain a buff stack after each support attack. So after each support attack, she gains extra crit rate and crit damage. Wow. Ooh, that is really valuable. Gain extra ult stack for each. Oh my God. Wait, E3? Wait, hold up. Is that real? So if she has done 4 follow-up attacks across the match, which will only take 2 rounds, her ultimate refunds itself? She just refunds her ultimate, so you do it every turn forever. Hell yeah, brother. That's the stuff. Alright, before performing a support attack, gain a electric damage buff. Interesting. So she does better lightning damage. Though she's the only lightning character in the game right now, so I would like a few 4 stars. If this game could release some more 4 stars, I would be very appreciative. Maybe now that they got the extra funding, they can splurge on a few more 4 stars to fill in team gaps. I think everyone would be happy. Alright, so last buffs. Alright, yep. Increased damage done from her buff, gains shock, and lastly, what's her E6? Helping others. When an electric debuff is applied to an enemy outside of her turn, gain a buff. Oh, yeah. Perform a support attack. So she gets extra support attacks on a lightning team. Of course, that means you're going to have to be pulling for a lot of lightning characters. Gotta pull for a lot of lightning characters. Because right now, there are no lightning characters. Yep, exactly like you said, Idacella. Right now, V6 is completely useless on Mosin. But look how cute she is. Also, why does she have no skins? I mean, the hat looks pretty baller, but... Really? No skins? Come on. Don't worry, Matt. You get the V6, and then at that point, you pull in for every lightning character as they come out. And it'll go from useless to you going, yeah, unlimited Overwatch. Better call Blizzard, because Mosin's making Overwatch 5 out here. Okay, that was an attempt at a joke. It wasn't that good. Look, they're not all bangers, okay? They're not all bangers. Speaking of Mosin, this is a really nice screen. This is a really nice screen for Papa Shah. But we'll use Mosin. We'll use Mosin's background as she's throwing the nade. This is such a weird choice for a background. They made Mosin Nagant's grenade throw clearly the front and center of her animation. This really makes you think, oh, Mosin's all about throwing these potato masher grenades. That's a big thing for her. But, like, she doesn't throw grenades at all in the game. She also doesn't throw grenades in Girls Frontline 1? Why grenades? Why? You're gonna try and V6 all the standard 5-star dolls? Well, Matt, thank you for doing your part of keeping the rest of us players on the servers as you wail your heart out. as you pull an outrageous number of times for girls that are undoubtedly power crept, because that's the nature of a gacha. Alright, well. Now, we're coming up on 4 hours in the stream, so I'm thinking while challenge modes are fun, they aren't that big of a deal. I don't think they're that big of a deal for the game. There's only 5 of them. So I might call it a bit earlier. I mean, challenge modes, all 5 of them, that's probably going to take another hour, and that's pretty long for a stream. I think that's pretty long. Tomorrow, I am not streaming, by the way. I will not be streaming on Monday because I'm going to be playing some Grand Archive. Going to go play some COD games at my locals and go take 0th place with my jank starter decks that are really bad. I'm here to kick ass and lose at card games, and I'm all out of ass. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Wait a second. I didn't think this through. But I haven't decided what else we're doing this week. Now that Girls Frontline is done, for now, right? Until we get more story, I don't think I'll stream it again because there isn't too much to really, like, make a stream out of. Like, I guess I could stream myself doing the Horde modes, but... Because the last one might be worth doing on a stream since it's a new boss. Oh, interesting. Save the rest and save that for a stream. Wait, Idacella. Hold up. The last challenge mode mission. What the fuck is that? The Beak Beasteel? A copy of the Eber. Its fighting power has been improved and it's very popular in contaminations. What the fuck are you? So this is the Tiger of the Horns. Oh, this must have been the boss in the original event. Wait, hold up. I'm on the wrong thing. What the heck? What is a Beak Beasteel? This must have been the boss of the original event before they rewrote it. Oh. Oh, man. This Oh man, this game has like 2 riders that are scrambling. 2 riders that are scrambling. Like, it's a small team and they're doing their best because... Fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah, this isn't really a whole stream kind of thing. Maybe I'll do these challenge modes, and sometime this week I'll be like, hey, we're gonna go beat up this boss. YOLO. Maybe. That sounds like a good plan. I guess you'll have to show up to every stream and find out. What else are you gonna do? You're trapped. You're trapped. I got you. You know how Girls Frontline puts cliffhangers in their writing? Well, I'm a cliffhanger now. I'm glad the old boss is here, but like, what the fuck? There's a lot of mechanics too. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. Even more confusing, huh? Even more confusing. Okay. Neat. Again, if I want to. Yeah, no, it's good to know. I appreciate the heads up because that is really weird. Can we just say it? That is. Wow, this game's... There we go. Let's hop back over. This game's dev history has resulted in some really weird happenstances, such as that. Again, I love the game, but sometimes you gotta stop and go, that is a little bit wacky, is it not? That is a little bit wacky. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it either way. Either way. But, with all that said, I don't know what I'm going to do this week, stream-wise. We're going to get back to Stalker 2. I think we're on the last main chunk of Stalker 2. And we got to finish up before February. We only have 3 or 4 weeks left. I want to finish Stalker 2. I love that game despite its horrible memory leak and freezing issues. I'm going to force myself through it. We're powering through. I'm enjoying it all I want. It is weird. That is just weird for Girls Frontline. But beyond that, beyond the Stalker 2, I don't know. Will we play Satisfactory? Honestly, we've hit a point in Satisfactory where I'm like, we're really in a cleanup phase. I think we're on the last phase of the game. I want to poke at nuclear power, but I'll find time when I do. Yeah, you remember going, wait, what the fuck is this when you ran into the boss in GFL? Makes sense. And have a good night, Matt. Thank you for dropping by as always. Well, I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll play Marvel Rivals. Maybe I get a chance. I got back up the Plat 2 in Marvel Rivals, but I haven't had a chance or the time to do more. I haven't had a chance or the time to go do more Marvel Rivals, and I think that's a real shame. I think that's a real shame because I really like that game. I really like that game. It's good. And, well, oh, wait, but I'm forgetting Alan Wake. Oh, I started Alan Wake too. Why did I do that? Why did I start Alan Wake? We'll figure it out. Oh, you're right, Asilla. I do have to do the second round of Fear the Spotlight. Oh, okay. Well, that adds a lot of questions, doesn't it? Probably better, yeah, we're going to wrap up Fear the Spotlight before we do more Alan Wake. That just makes sense, because that's like one stream, and then we're done. Then we're done with it. So that makes sense. I'm going to do more Stalker 2 no matter what. Honestly, Satisfactory would probably get the boot before Stalker 2. Not permanently, but you know, it's a good filler game. You don't really need continuity. Whatever, you know what I mean. Like, that one can go whenever. So, I'm thinking Fear the Spotlight and Stalker 2. I really want to play some Stalker 2. Oh, it's been like 2 weeks. I'm happy the anniversary has happened. It was kind of mind-boggling. This is my 2nd year of making content at all. That is crazy to me. The first year was a lot of... I can get why a lot of people... Can I just say? I get why a lot of people go, I want to stream. And then they go, this is miserable. This is hard. I don't know how to do this. And they stop. I don't think streaming's for most people in reality. It's not. It's a weird experience, and it's going to be a long time before you get anyone showing up. That's just the reality of things. That's just the reality of things. It's hard. Right-sided one might be short enough. There could be a good final challenge mode. Okay, cool. That's actually a great point, Idacel. Maybe we toss him some GFL after Fear the Spotlight. Nice thinking, nice thinking. But I want to play more Stalker 2. I've been jonesing for it. And with the anniversary last week, we have not had the time to touch it. Touch it for 2 weeks. I know it's not going to be optimized. They haven't released any patches. I hope the devs are taking a break. I really do. They have been running their butts off for years. Wow, has life been hard for them. I hope they take a vacation. Let the game be jank. It's a Stalker game. It's fine. It's fine for it to be broken. It's a Stalker game. They're always broken. You know it if you buy it at this point. But, yeah, so we're going to do those two for sure. What else will we do? That's a great question. Between Stalker, Fear the Spotlight, I'm trying to do more Pathfinder stuff, so I might not go as hard this week because I need to do Pathfinder editing. I did all the recording. I'm ready to make another Pathfinder build. Gosh darn it, for a swashbuckler build. It's going to be sick. It's going to be useful and good for new players is my hope. But I got to do the editing, and video editing takes a while. It does take a while, so yeah. Modders can fix it for him. Hey, Adicella. Every Stalker game has mods that are comprehensive and fix it. So, hey, that's how it is. That's how it always is, and that's how it will always be. So with all that said, I'll figure out what's live. I'll post a schedule tomorrow. Host a disco party. Very important thing to do once in a while. You know what? You're not wrong. Sometimes you do need a good disco party. It's good for morale. Keeps the morale up. You know how it be. But with all that said, thank you all for dropping by. I'll post a schedule tomorrow. I'll spend some time thinking. I'll lock in what we're gonna do. And I'll work on the other time or collapse and sleep. Ooh, maybe I just lie to you all and I sleep every evening. Yeah. That sounds so grandpa. Anyway, what can I say? Sleeping's nice, huh? God, I feel old. Anyways. Hey, YouTube side, if you enjoy any bit of this, or even if you're here, feel free to toss in a subscribe, maybe even a like, and hey, I'd be happy. And Twitch side, thank you all for dropping by. Likewise, you can follow, and you'll catch me next time. We got a lot going on. We got a lot we're doing. And if you were there with us, I think it'd be a lot more fun. So why don't you drop by sometime, eh? Why don't you drop by? I won't say no. And if not, hey, that's okay. I hope you have a good evening. Sleep is a good thing. You're right. You wish you didn't have to sleep? I would never wish that. I know some people, there are people who run off like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and it's not like they're exhausted. They just actually function that way. Their brains are just built to not sleep as much. And it's really fascinating, right? Is it like, oh, I always work at full capacity? But I wonder, is their full capacity inherently lower than it would be otherwise? Would they be even more like juiced in the smaller amount of time? Who knows? But oh well. With all that said, feel free to like and subscribe and follow if you want. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time, huh? Well, or you won't because you didn't follow. How could you not follow? Can't believe it. But as always, I'm Lord Generic, your Terracotta Warrior, and well, with that, I find I'm like, well, it'll be a short stream. See you guys later. And I look, I'm like, no, wait, it's been 4 hours. That's not a short stream. Wait, hold on. That's well, it's probably fine. You get tired if you sleep more than 6 hours? Interesting. Yeah, getting circadian rhythm and sleep cycles correct can be pretty tough. I know it always takes figuring out for actual sleep time for different people. Sleep's a very unique thing. I'm someone who sleeps a ton. A ton. My natural sleep cycle is like 9 to 10 hours. I actually sleep an insane amount normally. But I think in return, I run very hot, so to say, right? If I actually am fully rested, I am like a complete machine. The problem is that's not how society's built. So my entire life, I'm walking around completely exhausted. And it's like, oh man, this sucks. Oh. Oh well. Oh well. With that said, go ahead, get up and stretch a little yourself. Get some water if you haven't. Thank you all for dropping by. Yes, thank you. Thank you for dropping by as well today. See you all. Thank you for dropping by, and we'll see you next time, huh? Okay. Go ahead and stretch, though, and take care of yourself. Wash your face, and I don't know, meditate a little? Meditation's nice. You run so cold, you're always freezing. Interesting. Yeah. Well, either way, that's what sweaters are for. Ooh, that's the thing. If you're always cold, you can wear some cute sweaters. Let me tell you, I think, okay, here's a personal thing. I know people are big on like bikinis and summer wear. If you ask me, I think winter and fall fashion is where it's at. I think cute knit clothes and poofy jackets. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. I think you got a lot more room for good stuff like that. Anyways, I'm going to ramble for eternity if I don't force myself off. My voice is a little sore, so you refuse to get up and stretch. You're up for 11 hours. Well, you know. Here's the thing, though, I just saw a little bit of cool down stretching is good for the body. Let's not forget it is good for the body. So, you know, it can be good. It can be helpful. With all that said, like I said, and then immediately stopped, I'm going to force myself to vibe and chill and not blow out my voice. Thank you all for dropping by. Twitch side, I'm going to send you to someone lovely. Just give me a second to figure that out. And YouTube side, have a good night. All right. YouTube side has gone to bed. Twitch side, let's go get some ice cream. You're the favorite child.